Looks like Mandy's taking us live now.
Okay.
Hey everybody! Woohoo!
Enjoying the show.
Yeah, so
Oh, I have an ad in front of our own stream. WTF? Wait a second. No, I have Twitch Prime.
My brownie belly is ready.
Brownie belly.
It is literally brownie, but I had 8 brownies. 6 of them had chocolate frosting on them, and 2 were plain. And I don't know if I should regret that or not, but now I'm not. Yeah.
Did you say chocolate frosting?
Yeah, like one was like store-bought. My dad's got like a bunch of his friends over today, so I isolated myself just now. And they brought brownies that were just like store-bought, and they have chocolate frosting on top.
Oh my god!
Like, that's my weakness.
It's like instant diabetic coma right there.
Right? And it's like, I've been on this diet for like over a year now. I got like 20, like not even 20, like 25, 30 more pounds to go to lose. And I'm like, well, screw my diet today.
Hey, you know what? As long as it's you treat yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we are live. We are on the internet. I am not sure how to spell my username. How do I internet? Sweet, there we go. All right. I am not going to keep the chat open because I can't do that and DM and everything else at one time. I don't know how there are people on the internet that do, so that's y'all's job.
Okay.
Okay. So, hi internet. We'll give around kind of a few minutes to get started. I don't have announcements or anything to go over because we're not that cool. But I'm house sitting, so things look different. For a second week in a row, you guys actually haven't seen my house that I usually play from. I have 2 monitors. It's a lot easier. I also have wine.
Yay for
Also
wine.
have wine.
Yay for wine. I also don't have my notes because I'm a bad DM. So today's gonna go great. A lot of fun. And today just goes to show you, you can still make stuff up and just pretend that it was that way the whole time.
If you didn't tell us, we would have never known.
Exactly, it's improv. You still don't know. I did write down a list of things on the back of this paper that you cannot see. Wrote down all the important bits that I could remember. But the good news is I actually have a defined stop point for us story adventure-wise, which is a first, not just like, let's just keep going forever. So, plans? I know. It's almost like I'm treating this like a real thing that we're doing. It's crazy.
Stop it.
So, let's go ahead and kind of go over where we were at before. So, last adventure, you met Eustrael, who is the kind of cleric of all the kobolds, informed you of what was going on in the Sunless Citadel. Basically, goblins had invaded and started taking over half of the structure, and further into the depths of the Sunless Citadel was the evil druid Belak, who started kind of, he's scheming something down there. We're not quite sure what. Something's not quite right. Rumor of this tree that produces 2 fruits a year, one in the summer and one in the winter, give either great health or take that vitality away. Kind of is what drove you here. Also, the matron, Carowin, who is kind of a trade baroness throughout town, is looking for her children who are adventurers, Talgan and Sharwin. We did find the body of one of their adventuring friends, Caracas, whose ring you did acquire. However, it is not one of the ones that Carowin was specifically going for. And you also met Erky Timbers, who is the 4th member of the party, who is a paladin and has become somewhat of your friend, save for Amelia, who tries to steal his things.
I just wanted the book, that's all. I was stealing his money or something.
So, with that said,
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Part.
You did find the dragon, Calcerix, in the room where the goblins had stowed her away. And she was not too keen on seeing you or Meepo when you guys did find her. Kind of inspired by this newfound freedom and the fact that she could royally destroy these goblins without any problems. She kind of claimed the room to herself. The goblins were happy to leave her alone and didn't really want to come back for her. I'm sure they have a plan down the line to fix that. However, it seems like you made it there in time. At the end of a very, very, very dire round of combat with a very angry toddler dragon, you all decided that maybe it's best to try and negotiate or reason or try and find a solution that works for everybody, and went to go try and find a meal to sate Calcerix so that she would be a little bit more accommodating. And Amelia has chosen to stay with her, kind of sitting across the room as Calcerix kind of bears down close to where you believe her hoard might be, and kind of just keeping an eye on her and discussing while everyone's going out to get food. So, with that said, Amelia, you are in the room with Calcerix. The rest of the adventure.
Wine.
Yes, that's right. You did put down a bowl of wine. Everyone else is moving always with the intent of collecting some of the goblin bodies. Since I've deleted them off the map, I'm just going to say that you guys have been rummaging for about 15 minutes, got a couple of the dead goblin pieces, and managed to come back to the room. And that is where we are going to pick up. So what would you guys like to do?
What do we do now? See if he wants them. Yeah, let's just go in and see if he wants them.
Okay. So you guys come back into the room.
Yeah, girl dragon.
And Amelia, have you been doing anything for the last 15 minutes with Calcerix? Or have you just kind of been sitting in opposite corners? Because I don't believe you speak Draconic, correct?
No, I don't speak Draconic.
Okay.
I'm just drawing her.
Okay.
That's all.
Calcerix seems pretty entertained. She is still hunkered down, still keeping a very cool, icy glare on you, but has not made any advancement. No noises of warning. Just kind of Mexican standoff of you two standing across from each other as you're sitting and she's crouching and she's just kind of waiting for things to come back. As the door opens and the rest of the party returns, Calcerix kind of stands up and is on guard, a little edgy, not kind of expecting the noise. And you turn to see them as they all come in.
Okay.
There we go. There's a lot of people to move at once now. All right, so you guys are back. What do you want to do?
Still tied up, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. That's all I wanted to know.
Okay, yeah, we tied up Meepo, I believe, correct?
Yes, we did.
Okay. So while you guys were wandering around, Meepo was a little bit confused as to what Calcerix meant by being beaten and being kind of harassed or agitated. He did kind of expound that he takes really good care of her. Like, he feeds her, he lets her out of the cage occasionally on this big long leash chain thing. And the assault was kind of surprising. You get the sense from him that he's not the one who's mistreating the dragon. It feels like maybe things are happening when he's sleeping or away.
And I'm in the background like, I told you so!
So that is where we are at now. So Meepo is still tied up, still bundled. For sake of making it easier for him to move, he's kind of bound like this with his arms at his sides, can't really reach anything, but his legs are free. And someone's been holding the other end of the rope so that if he tries to run, you can just be like, "Ear!" and pull him back. However, it's worth noting, he never tried to run. So you all return. You have the bodies in tow. What do you do next?
we've come back with food for you.
Okay. So you.
As a peace offering, maybe we've come back with food as a peace offering.
Okay. Who among you speaks Draconic? Mandy, you're still muted, by the way.
What?
I'm talking or not, but your mic is muted.
Can you hear me now?
She may be dead.
Oh no.
I hear her.
I
What?
hear her too.
Yeah.
Mandy, are you using Roll20 instead of
No, she's on.
Yeah,
she's
I'm on.
Discord.
Right, but she's muted on Discord. Let me
Do you have me muted?
swap this
Does he
real
have
quick
me
and see if it
muted?
comes through.
Somebody
He
speak to
probably
the
has
DM
you
for me.
Do you have her muted?
Alright, now I've
Can
undone
you,
this, so if
Papa, can
anyone's
you
using
hear
Roll20
me?
to chat, you should be able to say something.
can you hear me now? Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay.
Can you?
Well, we're going to continue while we work out the technical difficulties. So, Janaga, you basically bring the bodies to the front. You've stripped them of any like cloth or anything that would get in the way of getting to the meaty bits. And kind of present them over top of the chain to Calcerix, who kind of warily moves forward, grabs one with her big, sharp teeth, and kind of pulls it back, and just starts rending at the flesh. Like she's ripping into the sternum, and you see these kind of guts pulling apart, and she's just going to town. Blood
That
kind of
makes me
stains her
excited.
face as she looks up every once in a while. And as she does, you can kind of get a sense of ease, and the tension is starting to be a little bit broken
Yay.
as she gets more comfortable.
Just a poor hungry dragon, that's all.
She's a babu.
Babu.
Who's a boo-boo? They still can't hear you.
As you all see me typing like this because my computer's so far away. For anyone who's interested to see what my setup looks like today, I tweeted it out on my account. It is glamorous.
Alright, so
Calcerix is looking a little bit more satisfied, easier to talk to, probably, a little bit more trusting of you. Meepo is quiet, but you can tell that he's kind of looking at Calcerix a little heartbroken and wanting to do something, but he's a little tied up at the moment.
Can somebody give him a piece of meat to
feed
to
the
like,
dragon?
offering?
I think the dragon will just.
Oh, hey, I think I might have fixed the thing with Mandy. I think I might have muted her individually.
Uh-huh.
There we go. Yeah, because when we were doing the after show, I had my headphones die, so I had to mute.
And
yours so we didn't-
I'm like,
Yeah,
how?
I forgot.
That
Now I
explains.
feel bad.
I was trying to talk to you and you kept talking over me and I was like, oh, okay.
Sorry.
I was gonna say, since I speak Draconic, when we first got in the room, I was just gonna take the food and or the goblin bits and just kind of shove them across the floor and be like, here, we got you food.
Okay, that works. So Calcerix just goes to town, starts eating, doesn't really say anything.
So how are we going to get this dragon out of here?
Yeah, that's the other, because we're not going to be able to chain her. She'll probably freak out.
Could she
No.
fit through the door? That was my question.
Well, I mean, she got in here.
There's no hole anywhere she crawled into.
No, she was definitely chained to the center spiral there by the goblins. And then
I wonder what that was. I thought it was like a bunch of stones.
Yeah, you can see that there's lots of like icy fragments at the base of the chain where she must have used her ice breath to kind of freeze it and weaken it, and then just shattered it.
Smart girl.
Clever girl.
Clever girl.
Must
I mean,
So she's eating right now. Can we try to walk up to her?
Okay. As you do, Meepo kind of moves forward with you. Who's
I
holding his?
don't want him to. I want him to be
he can
back.
stand behind me. I'll protect
Okay.
him.
So Janaga, you kind of put your hand on his shoulder and hold him back.
I'm not gonna approach the eating dragon. I'm gonna keep my distance.
I'm going to respectfully let the dragon, keep eating without bothering it.
Okay.
I don't want to touch her. I just want to get closer to her.
Okay, so you get closer. She's eyeing you. She's definitely aware of the encroachment on her space.
That's closer to her?
Yeah.
Can I just sit down closer to her?
Okay.
Really close.
So-
Like my druid senses are going crazy. That's really close. That's really close.
That's what we're doing. Are you sure you want to do this?
And I'm just gonna be kind of like watching her movements to see.
Okay.
It's like a little standoff.
So refresher for me, it's Jayaz and Meepo in the party who speak Draconic, correct? No one
Yes.
else? Okay.
Quick, we went back to full health, didn't we? When we.
Oh yeah, I was
When we
gonna
go
say your health bar is not.
Oh
I
yeah.
can't see everyone's health because I'm zoomed out too far. What was it? Urki used Cure Mass Wounds that healed everyone to mostly full. Let's see. Mandy, yours is the only one that's not full, so let's go ahead and adjust that back.
I was like, I'm
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone was tracking their own hit points, and
Oh, okay.
I might have.
God, you muted me. You let me die.
Hey, I told you you
Oh,
would. You didn't take hit points there. Okay, so Tower 6 looks up. She's finished eviscerating the goblin that you presented to her. It's kind of a... There's still bits left. Certain bones have been picked clean. However, the body is now more representative of a carcass than it ever was of a goblin. She kind of sits up and creams herself a little bit, but the blood is just kind of still matted to her face, as expected. She doesn't really have a good way to clean it in here. She sips some of the wine that was there as well, and is just kind of staring at you expectantly.
Okay.
So I'm gonna turn to the party first and ask, like, what do you guys think we should do? Should we just ask her to leave with us, or does somebody have a better idea?
I think that we need to ask what she would rather do, what she feels more comfortable doing.
Really friends
Yeah, ask
or
that.
anything with her yet. Like, she doesn't necessarily trust us still.
Yeah.
Like we brought her food, but you know.
So while you guys are deciding this, Meepo kind of looks at her, and he kind of yells out, like, "Who hurt you when I wasn't there?"
Oh.
And she kind of looks at him. And now she's not as hungry. She's kind of a little bit more peaceful. She's a little bit more reasonable.
She was hungry.
She kind of looks at him, and her eyes soften a little bit. Her head kind of, goes off edge and leans forward a bit. It's not specific. She doesn't have names or anything like that. All the kobolds that kind of were there. When Meepo would sleep, she kind of explains, they would tease her and poke her through the cage and everything. And while the cage was too small, the only time she was really in there was when Meepo was asleep, which you guys didn't know. And Meepo, of course, didn't think to mention it because to him, she's just out all the time. On the leash, mind you, because she's still a dangerous dragon. But it seems like they had a better relationship than it seemed.
Oh, okay.
So,
Well, I'm glad that we didn't feed Meepo to the dragon.
Once again, in the background, I told you so.
and I guess while this is all going down, I just kind of play translator
Yeah.
for her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're the only two that can translate for us,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Okay.
Right, so I'm gonna turn to Calstrix then and ask what she would feel comfortable doing. Like, are you okay with leaving with us so we could help get you out of here now?
She looks at you and she looks at Meepo and then she looks back to you and just kind of says, like, I want to go home.
Okay, where is home? Do you remember?
No. I've been with the kobolds since I was little.
Okay.
Um,
So
Meepo's always been there for me.
Well, Meepo, where did you get Calstrix?
Yeah.
She was brought to us by the adventuring group that went out on an excursion. They were supposed to go out for resources and for food, and came back with a dragon egg. Right.
So I wonder if that's our party we're looking for.
Yeah, the quote-unquote children.
Mm-hmm.
They're not.
The children.
They're
Like,
grown adults, but
yeah.
they're somebody's children.
These were kobolds. They were part of our.
Okay.
Okay.
They were foragers.
Okay. So they could have come from anywhere. And they just like journeyed down. Okay. Would
This is kind of a stretch, but would we be okay with saying, would you come back to our home, to our private mansion where she would be free to
Our
roam wherever she
mansion?
wanted to? Our whatever, or where we
Find
live
her
Back
now.
to Alaria's?
Yes, where she would be free to roam where she wanted.
Until we can find her home?
If there is a home to find. We don't really have a lot.
Well,
of
let's
leads.
think of it this way too.
Everyone, go ahead and make a wisdom check real quick.
We're going to be adventuring around. She could just travel with us, and then if she senses a place that she feels comfortable with, just wisdom.
Check or wisdom?
Yeah.
Just regular wisdom.
Yeah.
We're doing good things today, guys. Got a feeling.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Janaga,
Hmm.
as you're kind of talking about the potential of bringing the dragon back home,
Yes.
you also think back on your conversation with Yusrael and how she's basically allowed you to, go through this half of the dungeon largely uninterrupted because you promised to get their dragon back.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
The only way out of the dungeon that you're aware of is straight through that chamber. So going through and taking their dragon may not go so well with the leader of the kobolds down here.
Can we pull a Harry Potter and blow a hole in the roof?
Exactly.
You are
I've been
subterranean
thinking.
right now. So remember, even though you are in a large space underground, you are still very much underground.
We're still underground, yeah.
Attacking the ceiling may cause a cave-in, which could end up doing far worse.
We can give something.
Maybe Meepo knows a secret way
Yeah.
out.
Does people know
Wink, wink.
back entrance? I'll say.
So Meepo kind of knows the layout, and he talks about how near the Dragon Hall, where Yostrael lives, there's a room with an exit to the Underdark that's off to the side.
That sounds fun.
However, it's right by the throne room.
To still go through the throne room, right? Or no?
Correct. Yeah.
Can I ask, like, dimension-wise, how big the baby dragon is?
Sure. Let's see.
I think he said it was the size of a grown man.
Pretty much. I mean, she's fairly large.
So at this point, Gias is just kind of, like, plotting and scheming. Like, she's using her wits from her days on the street, and she's thinking more like a heist, like if they can smuggle out the dragon.
That's
Okay.
actually...
So we're pulling an Ocean's 11.
We might be pulling an Ocean's Dragon 11.
Yeah, she's medium sized, so about somewhere between 4 and 5 feet long.
Okay. So at this point, I kind of imagine, like, we all kind of have our heads together, trying to figure out how we're going to do this. So I'll say to the group, what if we can convince, I'm going to screw up the name, Illustrial?
Yusrael.
Yisrael. Yeah. Do you think we could convince her that the dragon died and that we're disposing of the
Have
body?
dragon play dead.
Yes.
I don't think
Wouldn't
so.
she
room
turn
on
to
this
us and
one?
say you failed and then try to kill us?
Then,
I don't see how she
could
can
do
blame
that,
us for that.
If she was
No.
holding the dragon, or the dragon was living underground without food.
I know, but even a dead dragon's worth something. Like, they could use the scale for armors and stuff. Like, they won't just throw away something that valuable.
True.
I don't think that I have any spells that could conceal this.
Like a cloak in a way.
Yeah.
Are we gonna have to fight our way out?
I
don't-
Wait.
All he drinks his damn wine.
Eve,
Like
Arendelle, can't
Eve,
you
you'll understand.
hold on? I've got a plan. It's all coming together.
Oh god.
Can't
Okay.
Arendelle transform into a dragon decoy?
No.
he would
I'm
be a
not at all
decoy.
strong enough.
Unfortunately,
can't.
a baby dragon is a
best
bit
friend out there
beyond
like that.
That's like super high level, and I'd have to be way, way higher in my
Yeah.
levels to be able to do that.
Oh.
Meepo kind of chimes up as you guys are discussing this, and he kind of is like, I want to keep her here, but we revere this dragon. Ystrael sent us here specifically for her. She's part of the legacy of this place. This citadel belonged to the dragons.
What?
What if I just talk to Ystrael? We punish those who've been harassing the dragon. Maybe no more cages. Maybe. As long as Calcerix doesn't eat people.
I mean,
I
I guess
don't
that's
know.
worth a shot and easier than blowing a hole through this place.
Yeah.
And better than like calling out full on war, it'd be better to talk to her first, and then we would go from there if we had to fight our way out if she doesn't agree.
Yeah, but Cal said she wanted to go home.
But if this place belonged to the dragons, could this have been their home?
I don't know.
Go ahead and make... Who's proficient in history? Anybody? There'll be a dot next to it on your character sheet if you are.
Nope.
Not
No.
me.
Where would it be?
On your character sheet under skills, there's one, I think, for history, which is an intelligence-based skill.
I have athletics, intimidation, and stealth. That's it.
I have a 1 in history.
I have
Okay.
a plus 3, but I'm not I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not
I got-
proficient.
So let's do anyone that has a positive modifier in that zone. So anything higher than a 0, go ahead and roll history for me.
Alright, I got 3.
Oh my god.
Hey.
Can I get new dice?
Okay.
Is that
I mean,
possible?
Your digital dice.
What is happening with you, Mandy?
I don't
Digital
know.
dice.
Just wait till we get in a battle, then I'll be rolling them
Yeah.
crits. It's always the checks.
Okay, so Janaga, you kind of think back to some of the books that you read under Ilaria's tutelage, and you remember a specific section on like different dragon histories and stuff in the region specifically. And you recall that there were several temples and shrines to the dragon Ashardalon many, many, many years ago here, way before like dawn of civilization of current man. And you kind of put together the pieces of, wait, if this was previously owned by dragons, perhaps this was originally a temple or castle built for Ashardalon, and this was an empire that they controlled.
Ashardalon? How do you spell that?
Ashardalon.
Cool.
Can I try to like pet her?
You want to better stupid.
Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll.
I know.
Roll a
What?
pet check.
Animal handling.
I really don't think that's a good idea.
Oh!
Intelligent creature.
So, as you move forward and try to pet her, you guys haven't really come up with a cohesive plan yet. And while she's sated and happier, she's still not trusting of you. She kind of shies away a little bit and makes a half-hearted nip, but doesn't really like try to hurt, draw blood, or anything. She's just basically giving a warning sign.
Look, kid. I've been through the same shit, okay?
Okay.
Trying to help you.
I don't know that.
Alright, so I guess our best plan at this point is to just have Meepo talk to Yuzuru.
Yep.
Okay.
Yuzuru.
Does anybody want to go with Meepo, or do you all choose to stay with Calstrix?
If I am his handler, I guess I'll go with him.
Okay.
I want to stay with
I need to
Cal.
keep protecting him, so I'll go with him.
I'm gonna stay with the dragon so I can communicate with her too.
Also, yeah, we got our earrings, so I could
Yeah.
communicate back and forth what's
No,
happening.
that'll last that far though.
Yeah, and Yostriel does speak Common, so she won't require anyone that speaks Draconic.
Okay.
And they will be close enough to use the sending earrings.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess though, just in case some shit goes down, I'll go to
So,
as well.
Both of us and him, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so who's going?
Janaga, Jazz, and Meepo.
Okay, so
So you,
Rendiel.
Rendiel, and the dragon,
Turkey.
and the man with
Okay.
the adorable name stays behind.
Turkey.
as
Turkey.
long as someone can talk to this dragon, it's fine.
Well, you could use your earring
My
like a
spell is still
walkie-talkie.
going, right?
Yeah, like I said, like we're not supposed to be too far away, so we would be able to still talk to each other, I think.
Yeah.
Well, no, my communicate with animal spell is it
Yeah.
still going, Adam? Or speak with animals?
Yeah, it's an hour-long spell, so you're good.
I was gonna say because otherwise I have no reason to stay.
All right, let me. I'm gonna move you guys over here. You're put back to the kobold's main chamber is largely uneventful. There are no pitfalls that you run into, and you've identified all the traps between here and there. You very carefully navigate through the Caltrops room, where you've now swept a clean path up and down the center, so you can move through without much hindrance. And you arrive at Yostriel, who's still sitting back on her throne, eyeing you suspiciously as you all return with Meepo, but no dragon. As you approach, Meepo kind of goes, "My queen, we've found Calstrix. However, she doesn't wish to return because she's been treated poorly by some of the other kobolds." And to this, Yostriel kind of sits up and looks around at the adventurers, almost looking for confirmation. Is this true?
It's what she told us, Your Grace.
Yeah, explain. You can speak to the dragon.
I can speak the dragon.
Yeah, you
Did
speak
you
Draconic.
Because I think you spoke Draconic to her earlier, yeah?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Did you? Okay,
Okay.
so then she would probably believe you.
She said so in her own words that someone, or perhaps more than one, of your kind have been mistreating her and abusing her, and that's why she took off.
Okay. And she stands from her throne, kind of brushing her white dress down, and looks at her subjects in the hall, which are her elite guard. She kind of waves a clawed finger from behind, and the guard to her back left approaches. And she whispers something in his ear. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
All of us?
Just you and Mandy.
Yeah.
There you go. See, you rolled
See?
high.
When it counts.
So your elven ears perk up, and you kind of listen. And she is muttering in Draconic. And she whispers to the guard, "Spread word. Anyone who toys or challenges our prize will be excommunicated and sent to me for execution. Do you understand?" And the guard kind of looks at her, nods, and he walks down the hallway into a room at the end where you presume there must be some contingent or collection of kobolds that live in this underground city to deliver the warning. And she looks back to the group. It is done. Words are hard.
I just pictured her doing that.
Yeah.
So graceful, and then just like
So graceful.
I just call her Callie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Calcerix is free to return. She can come home. She can stay with Meepo. We just want her safe.
I know I'm not there, but
Oh, can we be like holding the earring during this
pretend
so
like
they
we're scratching
can?
her, but we're
So-
They
I
can hear.
can't speak
And
Draconic,
open,
so I wouldn't know.
Oh,
So
open mic.
the earrings only
Yeah, open
send messages that you intend to go to the other party. So and it can
Okay.
only generate from you. So if you're holding it down, it doesn't work like it's picking up audible noise.
Mm.
It's only works that you speak going into the earring of
Okay.
sound, going out to the other earrings. With that said, you can use it to communicate and kind of give updates.
Okay. So I'm gonna take the time then to just communicate to the other two.
Yeah, like do like a mutter.
Yeah, that.
And, like cover your mouth like you're thinking, but you're really just communicating.
Yeah, I'll say, you know, we spoke with your Yggdrasil. Yeah, God damn it.
Okay.
We spoke with her.
We spoke with the queen.
We
You can
spoke
put
with the
that.
queen, and she's agreeable to punish anyone that she finds to abuse Calstrix, and it's safe for you guys to come back.
As you are sending this message, and you release your earring and feel the magic kind of pulse slightly, little warmth, and then it's gone as the message is sent. Yggdrasil turns back to the altar behind her, kind of genuflects a little bit, presenting honor to what you assume now to be a shrine to a Shardalon, and takes the silver metallic key on a silver band out of the jaws and presents it to Jayaz, for speaking in Draconic, as a promise of thank you for doing the work that you promised. The key has a draconic head of an inlay at the base and is not exactly ornate, but it's made of a very firm and fine bronze. It's sturdy and well polished and well kept. Go ahead and roll a intelligence check, please. Just you.
Intelligence. Oh, see, my laptop does that sometimes. I'm sorry.
All right. So 13. Okay. Looking at the base of the key, you recognize that it matches a relief of a dragon on a door. You remember it was somewhere in here, but you don't remember where specifically.
Okay. So I'll just thank her, and I guess we'll just wait then for the other ones to get back here.
Okay, so everyone else is coming with Calstrix.
Okay.
So Meepo, well, so E, you still speak Draconic. You're filling her in on what's happening, right? Kind of giving her the lowdown of this is where you'll live, you'll be safe, they've, dealt with it kind of thing.
Oh, me?
Yeah. You've basically just been giving her updates the whole time, right?
With your
Me.
animal handling thing, like you're able to talk to her.
Yes. I've been
Okay.
communicating.
Yeah, so you've been
it's
giving
been
her
going
updates.
down. Yes.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check for me. There you go. All right. Calcerix kind of nods and bows her head. She steps forward. You don't have any of the leashes available that Meepo usually keeps with him. So you kind of open the door, and she plods into the hallway. So let's go ahead and move you guys out here. And as you do...
For cinematic purposes, would you like to move me to where they are?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
Okay.
You're going to want to see this.
Y'all gonna want to see this.
Great.
What?
Three goblins come out of this room at the end as they hear
What?
kind of this back and forth shuffling for a while coming in and out of the room. And as they do, they see Calstrix just kind of plodding out with her claw on the tile, just clicking and clacking, and she looks at them, takes in a deep breath, her eyes kind of meet theirs, and just unleashes a blast of ice-cold wind and chill down the entire hallway. The three goblins at the end of the hall here.
Look at that, you made yourself a goblin slipper. There's your dessert.
Goblin.
Yay! Oh yay, she made ice cream!
Alright, all three of them failed their saving throws.
Oh, shit.
And I think it's safe to say they're going to die, but I'm really curious to see how much damage that they take. Let's see here. Oh yeah, they're done. They're well done.
Well done. They've got freezer burn.
I was gonna say, they got freeze-dried.
11, 13, 16. Oh Jesus. 24. Yeah, they're dead. The dragon unleashes an icy blast for about 28 points of damage. The ice just coats the entire hallway that you can see. Shards kind of start forming, and while the two in the back just become completely encased in ice, their bodies freeze over, and you can see the life kind of like leaving them as they try to run towards the dragon. The one in the front, however, just slips and falls, and as he does, ice just kind of is literally encasing the hall, and this very fine ice pick just kind of comes off of the column right in front of him and just shoot right through his brain.
Woohoo!
I'd rather have been frozen.
Meanwhile, Casterix just turns to you all, just kind of growling and grunting as light traces of frost and cold just trail through her, gritted teeth.
I smile and jump up like, good job, girl.
I'm like clapping my hands in like little happy claps. Like so happy. And I say, good,
the baby.
good girl.
Right. Everything.
Casterix is very pleased with herself. She is clearly like queen bitch at this castle now. She has the kobolds back in line. She's destroyed some goblins. She's had her fill. She's full. She's a little tipsy from the wine because she's still a baby dragon. She's having a great day now. She's like in her prime. She's enjoying herself.
Don't forget to give your baby dragon some wine. Should everything be black?
Not yet. I'm moving you guys.
I'd like to think I'm back in that room with the queen and they hear everything going on and I just turn around with a smile on my face. I'm like, she's fine.
We may have given her a little wine.
Everything's good. Don't worry about it.
There was a pest issue. She took care of it.
So Casterix returns, and Meepo returns kind of overjoyed. There's a brief reunion. He does take the leash and kind of offers it to her, not as a, like, you need to wear this, but just kind of, do you want to wear this? And she ducks her head through it, and they walk back together to their corner where they live, away from the others.
If there's
Get to
any
say bye
other...
to her.
I'm
Well, you guys trying to say goodbye. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt the reunion, but you are more than welcome to give your final farewells. And they are still here, so it's not like they're gone. They're just back to their chambers. Meanwhile,
I showed
yeah.
the picture I drove her.
aw.
That's all.
Oh.
Which, by the way, if I have that, I actually want to upload that to the game real quick so that that can live in here. I think I can do that somehow. Let's see.
I'll shut down the hallway. Bye, Meepo. I'm sorry I'm the only one that trusted you.
Apologize to Meepo too.
Aw.
I'm
He
sorry.
just kind of smiles and nods.
I'm gonna run up and hug him because we had that draconic bond.
As you kind of grab him and he's holding the leash with one hand and he is like wrapped around with the other, he kind of goes and he just sort of, like, he rests his head against the chair. He just kind of like nuzzles a little bit.
Now?
And then I'm gonna wink and tip my invisible cap to him.
Go try and pet her.
Can I pet her now?
Now, yes, now she is more than comfortable letting you pet her.
Hey.
Her scales are kind of rough.
Then I give her like a little hug around her head. And I'm like,
Around the
bye,
neck.
sweetheart.
Charlie, are you cool if I share this with the stream? The picture?
Oh yeah, I don't care.
Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't want to.
Oh, and Rendiel is just gonna respectfully bow towards Calstrix because she has a lot of respect for this dragon.
Aw.
He's so cute.
Alright, where did I download it to? There we go. Come on. Uploading file. This might take a few minutes depending on the speed of your connection. Well, damn. Alright.
We'll keep
Well
talking
done.
until it's done.
So, as you all, well, I still got story. So, as you all say your farewells and Calstrix and Meepo return to their corner of the dungeon, Mystriel kind of looks you all over and is thankful. She expresses, thank you for bringing our baby back, essentially. And she turns behind her and takes a few items from the altar for Ashardalon. And she presents them to the group. As she starts handing these out, there is a beautiful feather token that looks to appear like like the base of a tree with some feathers kind of off the sides of it, as well as 3 spell scrolls. And as you open them and take a look at them, they're written in common. One of them says Scroll of Mage Armor, one of Spider Climb, and one of Knock.
Like knock
Like-
an arrow?
Yep, like,
Who's there?
like knocking on a door.
Okay.
Everyone go ahead and roll Arcana checks for me, please.
That was so loud.
19.
Arcana.
Arcana.
Back to basics. Got it.
So now
Spider
let's see.
Climb, Knock, and what else?
I'm sorry, what was the question? It was Knock?
Knock,
Mage
Spider
Armor?
Climb.
Oh, Mage Armor was the
Mage.
last one. Okay. Count of checks. 14, 14, 19. Okay, Amelia, as you're kind of looking over these items, you recognize the feather token. You remember seeing it in kind of a book that was very interesting to you. It had a bunch of cool items that were fabled to be crafted by great wizards. And while you were looking for items that traditionally are more suited for rogues, such as, objects of silence or trickery, stealthiness, you do recall the legend and details of Qual's feather token. And it's Quaal. And it comes in a variety of shapes. And you recall the tree shape, which allows you to tap basically the icon anywhere on the ground in an outdoor setting, and it will disappear, and in its place, a non-magical oak tree will spring from the ground about 20 feet high and provide shade. It's 60 feet tall and has a 5-foot diameter trunk, and its branches at the top spread out to about a 20-foot radius. So it creates this beautiful oak tree. And the scrolls, everyone who's capable of reading Common can read. Anyone is able to use the spell scrolls with an Arcana check or as a standard action outside of combat.
Oh, awesome.
Cool. So I guess, do we want to put those with our money? Like,
Since they're specific items, and people will probably want to use them either in the heat of combat or have them ready, I would recommend
each one.
stitching them out.
Alright, so...
Well, then shouldn't Arendelle have the scrolls?
Or is it anybody could use them?
He said anybody could use them.
So anybody could use them, however, a proficient magic user would probably have an easier time using them in combat versus someone who doesn't.
Gotcha.
And yeah, if you want to take them, Rendil, go ahead.
Hold on to them. Add them to my equipment bag.
Yes, go ahead and add it to your inventory. If you have your character sheet open and search in the journal, you can look up the spells Mage Armor. And you should be able to add it from the compendium, or at least look it up and see what they do. So, for example, Mage Armor gives you a bonus to your armor class for a decent amount of time. Spider Climb allows you to have an increased increased climb speed, and you don't have to make you automatically succeed your athletics checks. And Knock will open any one door, I believe. Yeah, choose an object that you can see. The object can be a door, a box, a chest, a set of manacles, a padlock, or any object that contains a mundane or magical means that prevents access. If a target is held shut by a mundane lock, it is unlocked. If it has multiple locks, only one is unlocked. So yeah, it allows you to kind of bypass physical and magical locks of a certain degree.
Nice.
I'm gonna need help putting that into the thing. Like later.
Okay.
And I relayed the token thing to the group.
Got it.
And I'm just still holding my dragon key with a smile on my face. I feel like I got the golden ticket.
I'm just thinking in my head with the spider crawl. I'm going spider teeth, that's whatever a spider teeth. I'm like picturing myself climbing like a spider.
Would anyone want to hold the Qual's feather token?
I'm happy with my key.
I'll do the spider one.
I'm also just imagining, like, now that we brought the dragon back, it's like the end of Star Wars with, like, the big Ewok party.
Oh yeah.
No, I was thinking of Harry Potter when they finally broke out and they're like on top of the bank, just like, yay!
So for the people who see the, well, never mind. Mandy, what are you doing with the key? Are you just holding it out like out front of you?
I'm holding it in the two hands in front of me with like a shit-eating grin on my face.
Like,
that's exactly it. That's
I got a key.
Okay.
Okay, so
because I vaguely remember seeing the dragon lock before.
I'm gonna hold the feather token, and then who's holding the other scroll?
I have the spell scrolls, all of them.
Okay.
Okay.
For the group's inventory.
So for those of you who see the key that Mandy's holding, go ahead and make a perception check.
Does Mandy make a perception check?
You already made it.
Oh, okay, because I already did it.
Can I see it? Am I able to see the key?
Well,
I'm gonna say yes, because she's like basically holding it out in front of her.
I
Like,
know.
"Look at it."
It's so
Okay, yeah, you wanted me to see it.
So E, as you recognize the key, you look at the base of it, and you remember Jayaz specifically telling you, like, hey, I remember seeing this door that has a dragon face on it and a keyhole inside of it, and I couldn't open it. Dang. And it was towards the beginning of the adventure when you guys were in the big circular room.
Okay.
The southwest door led to a chamber that was blocked with a dragon's head. So that's knowledge that you now know.
Hey, you guys, I remember this.
wow.
Way back in the olden times.
Way back.
Before we had a baby dragon friend.
Yeah. Come, friend. To the door.
Yeah, I guess we want to
"Hey, let's go to that
go
door."
see what's behind door number 1 first. And then
Hey, I
we'll
remember
keep looking for the children.
Yeah. And then I'm like,
What are
oh
we
yeah,
gonna
we were
do
looking
with,
for children.
The children!
Like, oh yeah, that's a thing we were doing at some point.
Until we got distracted by a dragon.
That's what adventures are for, right?
We will now
To be totally
retitle
honest-
ourselves A&D.
Oh my god.
Alright. Yeah. As you all move throughout the dungeon,
Is that gnome
Back to
coming
the
with us?
cemetery.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, is
what happened to
Erky
our,
still like?
Erky's still chilling with you guys. He is
Okay.
on an adventure.
Then while we're walking,
Hold my
Amelia.
hand, Erky. You're my child now.
Oh my god.
Erky
While
just
we're
kind of looks at you
walking-
and goes, I'm a grown man, miss. I know I'm short, but come on.
I'm trying to apologize here.
Go ahead.
While we're walking, Amelia quietly whispers sorry and then walks away.
He looks over his shoulder to see where that came from and sees you walking away. He puts it together, but he's kind of just like, oh, okay. He's still a little afraid of you.
That's fine. I don't care if he fears me. I just wanted to apologize.
Yeah. All right, so you all approach the dragon door that is now in front of you guys. It is a stone door with a rearing dragon carved onto the relief. It has a single keyhole, which is situated in the dragon's mouth. Go ahead and, Erendiel, go ahead and roll a Arcana check, please. Okay. So as you approach the door, you feel kind of like in this quiet room, which is kind of separated away from everything else, there are faint traces of magical energy from the door lock that seem to just emanate from it. You're not quite sure what it is or why it's there.
So I just like let everybody know, hey, you guys, there's some magical stuff going on here.
There's some glowy shit over here.
Be prepared. Your best Boy Scout impersonations and
Who's holding the key? Jazz?
Yes.
they are.
Okay. As she kind of mentions the kind of feeling of magic weaved throughout the door, the key in your hands, which is still being held out in front of you somewhat reverently, as you were wont to do. You're kind of looking at it, and the dragon's eyes on the key kind of very lightly glow. So you can kind of feel like they're matching up to each other.
Yes.
That dragon.
All right, so I guess I could just put it in the door.
Put it in, Mandy.
Take it in the mouth.
You go ahead and you take the key, and you reach towards the dragon, like into the mouth, to put the key into the keyhole there. And as you twist it, you kind of very slowly click, 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 and you feel something give. You go, you pull your hand back immediately, half expecting like the dragon's mouth to clamp down on you or something.
Uh-huh.
But it doesn't.
I got scared from nothing.
As you pull your arm back, you push the door slightly with your foot and just kind of like give it a little kick to see if it slides. And because it's heavy stone, it doesn't swing all the way open, but it does push inward, signifying the door is opened and unlocked.
Okay. I'm gonna take a deep breath because, like, I'm a little shook. And then I'm gonna enter the room.
Okay. Do you all enter together?
I'm gonna stealth
Yes.
before I enter.
Okay, so you're stealthing. Go ahead and roll a stealth check. 22? Okay. Anybody else before we move in?
I'm gonna wait.
Okay. So you're just hanging out, right?
Now, let them find out what's beyond that door.
Okay. So everybody else moves in together. And for those of you who move in, you hear kind of a hissing noise and a puff of dust around the door, which indicates that this chamber has been sealed for ages. You get the sense that no one else has been in here in a very, very, very long time. Dust, which has gone long undisturbed, covers every surface in this large gallery. As you kind of breathe in the air, it smells very stale, almost as though it's been sitting, and there's a slight hint of like mildew or something in the air that just it's a contained space that is not breathed in a very long time. 3 alcoves are situated on the northern wall, and there's 1 on the southern wall. Each alcove contains a dust-covered stone pedestal with a fist-sized crystalline globe just kind of resting on top of each one. The globes in the northern alcove are all cracked and dark, but the one in the southern alcove glows with a soft blue light. As you're walking through this silent chamber, you can start to hear these like faint tinkling noises of kind of like glass shards being dropped together or wind chimes very, very softly being blown into each other, which is very, very faint. What would you like to do?
Can I roll perception just to make sure there's like no traps?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Cool. I don't know why my thing does that.
I don't know, it's like a weird stutter that it
Yeah,
does.
yeah.
Okay. You look at the orb and it's glowing and pulsing and makes some pretty cool noises.
Wow, that's a really cool orb.
So I touch
Absolutely.
my earring and I'm like, so everything's okay. It's cool for me to come in, right?
And just to be funny, I'm gonna reply back, "Oh no! They're killing us!"
Okay.
And
You're like,
she's
all right.
Again, disappointed.
In that case, you're fine without me then. But I'm still gonna move into the room.
Okay. So E also moves into the space.
My
This is
curiosity is
the
killing
orb
me.
in the southern alcove here that they're talking about.
Okay.
At this point in time, since we had been like doing a lot, I'm gonna start eating some bread.
Okay.
I was gonna say, you haven't done that yet.
I know, it's been a busy day.
Wow.
He's getting stressed. You're handling the stress so well today.
So, in addition to the southern alcove, you look directly across the room from where you entered, and there is another door there that leads inward.
Arcana check these orbs.
Yeah. Are you gonna do it from back there, or do you get closer?
I'll get closer.
Okay. Go ahead and move your token for how close you want to get.
I'll check this one out first.
Okay. So you inspect the orb, and it is cracked throughout. There's a huge chunk of glass kind of missing from the top portion. That's a nice little like V section where it's been chipped away. There is no sense of magic or life from these orbs.
Okay.
You want to take them up?
Well, at first I thought that maybe it was a puzzle, but if they're all broken, I don't see how they could be.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't check the. Did we check the other one?
Yeah,
On the
there's one down there that's glowing,
south side?
so...
Yeah, can I check this one?
Sure.
Where's my character? With Arcana, is that how I do it, or is there perception?
Go ahead and roll Arcana. So as you also approach this one, again, you get a good look at it first before you actually kind of like poke and try to manipulate the orb. You do try to pull it from the base. It's not welded, but it is sealed to the alcove. Again, it is a lifeless orb. If it had any magic present in it before, it is long gone at this point.
Okay.
What about this one all the way down
Yeah, I was
here?
gonna
Has
say
anyone
that
checked that one yet?
Nobody's
No,
gone down
check
to
it
that
yet?
one now.
Yeah.
I'll check it.
Okay. So Amelia, as you get closer, the sound of chimes and everything just gets louder and louder and louder until you're standing right in front of it. As you reach toward the orb,
Mm-hmm.
this almost orchestral like blare just echoes throughout the entire chamber. Everyone in the room feels it, and it's not just the sound of an orchestra basically all playing the same instrument at one time loudly and frantically. You feel it kind of pervade through your mind, and suddenly something feels very wrong. You get this sense of dread, like something is terribly wrong in here. Everyone in the room, go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Wisdom saving, you said?
Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom.
Oh.
Damn it. I knew I should have stayed outside.
Somebody reprogram my dice, please.
Okay, so I'm going to make a saving throw for Erky as well, since he's in here. His wisdom is 14, so he's got a pretty decent shot here. Let's see. All right, so Erky succeeds. Everybody else, you have unfortunately failed. So Erky kind of, he feels this sensation as well, and it kind of seeps into his bones, and he clutches his holy symbol for just a moment, kind of steeling himself against whatever this is. Everyone else, this sense of dread and fear just permeates throughout your body, and you are compelled to just start sprinting back towards the exit. Everyone who is in the room kind of pushes past Erky, all fumbling through the door and shoving over each other, kind of forcing your way out through the chamber you came through. Oops. Let me grab everybody at once here. Running out through the central chamber, out through the circular area, out through the centerpiece here. Everyone go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw, please.
15.
Woohoo!
Good luck, Jazz. You can do it, I believe.
Oh yeah, you can do it. You can do it. Oh,
Yes,
That's including my +5.
oh.
That includes +5.
That's impressive and sad. So everyone else, as you're running out, you at least have the common sense to remember that there was a trap immediately outside of this door. You follow the walkway, you come across it. Jayaz, as you're running, you forget for just a split second that there was something wrong about this room, and you step on one of the tiles that then falls in, and you find yourself dropping down into the 10-foot pit.
Can I reach for her? No.
I yell, not like this!
Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
Why? We know it's gonna be.
With disadvantage. You're also frantically, running.
Oh, thank God.
So, with disadvantage... Oh, no, not you. It was Charlie who grab you, right?
Okay.
Oh,
Go ahead
sorry, I
and
didn't hear.
yeah, make the dex saving throw with
That same roll.
16.
roll one more time for me, please. You are lucky. So even with this fear kind of running through your mind, you feel behind you the trap doors kind of disengage. You hear the click, and Jayaz lets out almost a yelp that hasn't quite become a full scream yet. You turn around, you whip behind you, your cloak billowing out behind you. You thrust your arm forward, grab her by the wrist, and just kind of immediately both plummet to the ground. And you grab her, you're braced against the edge of the trap, and you're holding Jayaz with one arm, kind of pulling her back up and over.
And I'm
You
just
had your Aaron Hansen fuck moment.
I'm just gonna be clutching my heart, and then I'm gonna check quickly to make sure my baguette didn't fall.
Oh my god.
Priorities.
Got it with
I didn't save you yet. I saved you.
What the heck just happened?
There will always be more baguettes. There will always be more.
So, both of you girls are prone on the ground, kind of holding yourself and kind of hoisting yourself up. About a minute later, Erky comes panting, running behind you guys, kind of wondering, what the hell was that? Why did you run? Are you okay?
The music and then the fear and then the what? Then
That orb is enchanted.
No, duh.
Yep.
Let's not touch the orb.
are we still scared?
You are. So it's been about a minute. You're away from the range of the globe. You can't hear it in full force anymore. You're no longer afraid of it. However, if you return to that area, you have a feeling that you're going to need to kind of steel yourselves again.
I did not.
I'm thinking, when they gave us the key, they knew this could happen to us, and it would probably easily dispose of us.
I mean, but there is also a door in there that we didn't go through.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious
Oh.
about that door.
And it hasn't been open for, God, a longest time, so they might not even have known.
Yep.
I say,
Not only the doors are trapped.
I think we should try again.
I
Amelia doesn't like feeling scared, okay?
I'm gonna get up.
Arendelle doesn't like to be underground.
Yeah, I'm gonna get up and dust everything off, take a deep
Okay.
breath, and look at them and say,
Loss of my baguette, I will go back.
I'm gonna take a bite of my baguette and say, I have to know what's through the other door.
Okay.
Like, are we even sure the adventuring party went that way? Like, no.
That's why I'm a little suspicious.
It's about creating our own adventure.
Well,
Job's doing.
back to children. That's the point of it.
And gave us like all these supplies and is gonna pay us to do all this stuff to go find our kids. There's no chance that they're through that door.
But maybe there's something that can help us.
Or maybe there's something that could kill us.
Like another dragon.
Well,
I
I'm
don't
gonna
think
go
it's-
find out.
Okay. So, Jazz, are you going alone?
I'll go with her.
Okay, so
You're not falling into another pit, young lady.
Jazz
I'm
and
not
Jane.
going.
Yeah.
I'm staying here. I'm not going back there.
Okay, Urki is also going with you.
Okay, good.
So Urki looks up and kind of goes, I'll attend. I'll go with you. So you get it insofar as rooms where the dragon relief was, the door is still wide open. The key is still placed firmly in the mouth. Go ahead and make your wisdom saving throws again here.
Hey.
Oh.
Fun.
So this time, Janaga, you are ready for it. You are basically willing yourself to be the biggest badass you can be.
Damn right.
And you hear the music, kick up, and you just kind of plant your feet on the ground. You shake your head, and you're just kind of like, nope, not falling for it this time.
Will do.
Mouse, on the other hand, is so preoccupied with the baguette in her hand as she's just kind of walking. She forgot where the music would start, thinking it wouldn't be until they were in the room itself.
Mm-hmm.
Feels the fear just kind of settle in, and immediately just turns tail and runs out the other way. Again, blind panic, running out. Make your dexterity saving throw, please.
Both of us or just her?
Just her. You're safe. You succeeded.
Okay. Good.
Oh my god, I have a +5 in dexterity.
It's something, baby.
So this time, you feel yourself running and sprinting, and you remember, like, oh shit, I almost fell last time. You look down, you see the pathway, the trap doors are still wide open, they haven't even had a chance to reset yet. You sprint across the catwalk and kind of like brace yourself up against the wall, like, Eurendale and Amelia, you see her just basically sprint past you, screaming her head off, with her baguette just in her hand, wildly above her head, like, ah!
If I go back in the room, could I try and destroy that orb with my thunder wave?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, Pikachu. Come back in.
You're welcome to try.
I'll go with you and try to dagger it. Like, throw a dagger
I
at
was
it.
gonna say, maybe your deal would be good. Like with the magic, she would probably destroy it for us, so then would be.
Yeah, at least I wouldn't have to
Probably
touch it.
safer
I don't have to
for all of
actually
us to go in.
physically touch it.
Because I don't think any of our weapons would probably be good on it.
Let's see.
Use magic.
Thunder wave. Where are you at? Yeah.
Thunder
Okay.
wave.
Yeah, so you want to try and running back in?
Yes.
Okay.
Go, E, go!
So as you run through,
She got the magic touch.
and Mandy, I'm going to move you for broadcasting purposes. You're going to just get chilling in this room. Can you go ahead and make your wisdom saving throw here?
Hold on. Oh, crap. I gotta get back. I hate it when it does this. Okay, there we go. I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
It's okay.
Okay. Alright.
All right.
Damn it.
So as you roll through and you're waiting for it this time, you're kind of ready. You enter the room, you brace yourself, and you can kind of feel it setting in. Something's not quite right. However, as the music kind of enters and you feel that chill kind of run down your spine again and the hairs on the back of your neck and your arms stand up, you're kind of like, you kind of clutch onto your nature totem and very similar to how a tree does in nature. You plant your feet, you root yourself, and you kind of feel the strength of the earth pulling up and reinforcing you for a moment. And you can feel the arcane effects of this spell just kind of shrugging off your shoulders with the help of the earth.
Yay!
Yay!
Okay,
Did it.
how to kill this bitch. Can I cast
Alright.
Thunderwave?
So you guys move into the next room, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. And E, you kind of plant yourself firmly in front of the magic orb. You turn to face it, and you bring your hands together in this powerful smite. Just go boom, and this echo radiates throughout the chamber. Go ahead and roll your damage for that. Should be 2d8 of thunder damage.
Okay.
If you click the spell from your spellbook, it should roll it for you.
I tried and it didn't do it.
What?
Cast at what level? So it's a level 1, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
There we go.
Yay!
15 points of damage. Okay. How much hit points does this thing have? Okay. So you bring your hands together and just this boom echoes throughout the chamber. Amelia, even all the way outside, you can kind of feel this faint rumble of as it kind of pulses through the first few rooms. And with the majority of the focus on the wave focusing in on the arcane orb, as you hit it, it rocks off of the center slightly, kind of like almost as if it's being blown back just ever so slightly. The sound kind of echoes throughout the tiny alcove, causing the orb to crack and shatter. And as it does, this purple, almost ooze just kind of leaks out into the air as it diffuses.
Ivan oozes in D&D.
And it just starts to slowly flicker, glow, and as more of this like purple gas just leaks from it, it just dulls and eventually dies. The screaming cacophony of noise dies down, and it is once again silent throughout the entire chamber.
I'll get you, Ranger.
Yay!
So-
I did a thing!
As I'm still like back at the entrance or whatever, I'm gonna use the earring and be like, "Hey guys, how's it going?"
Is it safe?
The hell of a workout, huh? Running back and forth.
I'm just gonna be like huffing and puffing.
Yay!
You're like, we did a thing!
Walk into there.
See? You make a good team.
Okay, so everyone is moving to the current room? Yeah?
Yeah, I guess at this point I've moved back with them then.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like appeared in the corner or something. I'm like, okay, you crept back in.
Yeah. She's been since she's our broadcast dummy, she has to move with us.
We should probably for the future make a broadcast dummy.
Actually, yeah, I probably should do that. I'll make a token this week and give it access to everybody so we can just see through it. Actually, I think there's a way that I can just share sightlines with everybody. Let's see if there's a way I can do that. I probably have to do it individually. That's gonna be a pain in the butt.
We'll do it later.
We'll worry about that later. But I will make a point to. Oh. There's literally a toggle that says all players see light. Cool. I will go through on our break and fix that for everybody.
Okay.
Okay, so now that the orb has been shattered and you can kind of survey the room a little bit more, there is a door. That's pretty much it.
Okay, so obviously
Can I?
we did all this. Let's go through the door.
Can somebody check the door for traps? I don't trust myself at this point.
I'll check it.
Okay.
To
Good.
see if the door has traps.
So go ahead and approach the door and then make a perception roll, please. I had the brain fart there for a second.
19.
Okay. You approach the door and you kind of look. There's not even a lock on it that's capable of locking. You check for the outside. You look up into the ceiling and look for any hints of like any scythe traps or needle traps or anything else you've seen so far. Looks to be okay. You push the door slightly inward and it does move. Nothing of any kind of warning seems to happen.
I look back at everyone else. So we're going in?
I'm going in.
Let's go in.
We're going in. But I'm gonna be in the back just in case.
Okay.
Cautiously as possible. Let's go in.
Myself.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a stealth check.
It's a 9, that's nothing.
Okay. And who's going into the room first?
I guess I will.
I'm assuming Amelia. You're right there. So.
Okay. So Amelia, you enter the room first. Go ahead and roll another perception check, please.
Mm-hmm. 11.
Okay. Does everyone else choose to follow and enter?
Yeah.
I'll go in next.
Okay, so Jenny, you're going in next.
Mhm.
The corridor is pretty tight. So as you enter, it's only 20 feet long, but it's pretty tight. You can't really squeeze any more people in side by side. At the far end, you can see that there's just another door. Again, doesn't appear to have any retaining features or anything like that.
Can I go through that?
Yeah, you could. As you move forward, though, you trigger a arrow trap. So there's a plate that as you're walking along, you kind of feel your foot depress on something, and you hear this clicking sound. And no sooner than it happens, you realize that there were little pinholes against the wall. Go ahead and... Actually, there's no save for this. My fault. So on the plate, arrows start to fire from the door. And they are going to fire at you. What's your armor class?
14.
I was gonna say, I think yours is mine.
So as you enter and step on this plate, you feel the trap activate, and these arrows just start flying out from the side, and you kind of dance across them. However, one of them manages to graze your cloak. It doesn't do any damage to you, but it comes really close and actually tears kind of like your shoulder armor here. Just slightly. It's a scuff at best.
Wait, so I'm in the other room now, right?
So you made it all the way across. You can now test the door and push it if you like.
Okay. I want to check the door first.
Okay. Go ahead and roll perception. You kind of check out the door, give it a once over, and it looks like very similar to the door you just came through. No real changes or anything. You can try the door if you'd like, and go ahead and push it and see what happens.
Yeah, can I push it open?
Yeah, go for it.
And while she's doing that, I'm gonna creep into the room. Like at this point, I'm assuming I've just had been holding the door open.
Yeah. Okay. As Amelia enters, I'm gonna test something real quick. Mandy, can you see her window?
Nope.
Can you see what she sees? No.
No.
Okay, it must be dynamic lighting then. Let's do this. Just kidding. We'll screw with it later.
Yeah, that's okay. We'll figure it out.
So, Mandy, are you crossing over first, or do you want me just to move you for now?
I guess I could cross over at this point, since
Okay,
she set off the trap.
Well, you saw the trap go off. Do you want to investigate it any closer or anything, or before you step over?
Yeah, I guess I'll also roll perception just to be safe.
You know that it's there now. Go ahead and roll an investigation check instead. Now you're trying to figure out the trap and see if there's a way to disable it or something.
I also have a +3 in investigation for those keeping score.
You're just having a day, man.
I'm not doing great.
Oh my god.
Naga, you're also in the room. Did you want to make an investigation check real quick?
Yeah, I want to see if maybe there was a tile Amelia might have stepped on.
Okay.
That could have triggered it. Okay.
Both of you. Okay, so as you're looking down the hallway, you don't particularly see a way to come across easily. You're not quite sure what set it off, but you're willing to make a run for it and see what happens.
Oh, what the hell? I'll run for it. I really need to think about that.
Okay, so you're running across?
Yeah, I'll run across.
What's your armor class?
14.
again, same kind of thing. You're running across, you sprint, just barely misses you. A couple arrows nick your armor, but don't do any real damage.
Yay!
Oh, I'm also sprinting across.
Okay.
What was your armor class?
Ooh, what's your armor class, maybe?
13.
Oh no.
You take 1 point of damage.
Woo!
So as you're running across, one of the arrows manages to catch you, and it managed to hit a unarmored piece of skin. It grazed by your face, and you stopped just short of it actually hitting you and dealing a dire wound. So it just kind of nicked you a little bit and just took the damage off the top.
Goddamn.
Okay, since we're in this room now,
Mm-hmm.
can I
So
look for traps or something around this room?
yeah, so as you enter, you look through, and this room has also not been touched in a very long time. Eve, did you want to come across too before?
Yeah, I was planning on it.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check. Okay. Again, you heard the arrows fire, but you have no idea what's setting the trap off as people are running by.
Just gotta run.
Just run for it!
Like,
Run.
So you make a sprint. Go ahead, and we're gonna do one of these guys. Natural 1. As you're running across,
Yay!
you feel the plate that's supposed to trigger the arrow trap under your foot, but because you're running and kind of like stomping as you're going through, you manage to crack the plate, and it just kind of divots in, and you can feel the mechanism kind of just shatter underneath of it.
Cool.
She couldn't have gone first.
Elven skills.
Erky tentatively goes behind you, avoiding the broken tile, and the trap does not activate.
Yay.
tile.
Like,
All
the
right,
arrows
so-
won't hit him anyway.
Everyone has now entered the new chamber.
Okay.
As you enter, when you open the door, it kicked up a fine layer of dust about this thick
Whoa.
that now burst into the air and is almost coming down, almost like snow.
That's disgusting.
In the rounded northern end of the chamber stands a 10-foot tall sculpture of a coiled dragon carved from red-veined white marble. And
Very
before we
cool.
move any further, I'm going to say, why don't we take our break here?
Yes!
We'll do like a quick 15 minutes, get up, restroom, refill
We're right
on
at 6
lunch.
p.m.
needed.
anyway, so why not?
What?
We're right at 6 p.m. anyway, so why not?
Exactly. So we'll come back, we'll do a little bit more, got about another hour and a half to go, give or take, and we'll go from there.
Alright,
Perfect.
15-minute break. Here we go.
Woo!
With the magic of the internet. Nobody sees nothing.
Yeah.
Nobody sees nothing. It's magic.
I literally see nothing because I can't keep the stream open with all the different books.
Oh,
So
there you go.
Yeah.
We will be back. Yeah.
all right. So let's get back into it. Before we went to break, I did figure out how to share this with everybody. So this is the awesome sketch that Charlie did of Calcerix while she sat in the room while the rest of the party was looking for goblin bodies. And I think it looks really damn good, so I wanted to share that with everyone.
Yay.
It's a very cool
I mean,
sketch.
I just sat there and drew.
Yeah. All right.
I love
So
how you bring your character to life like that.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna boop boop.
One
I
day
also
I'm gonna
managed to
like,
add it
make
as
a book of just like all my notes
should.
and it's gonna look like super, like maybe
I mean,
super
like-
stylized.
when we get super famous and we're like the biggest
Oh, yeah.
streamers on Twitch when it comes to, it's gonna happen, everyone.
It's
Um, We will have our origin story and source book written by Charlie.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, I'm all
sure.
for that.
And the cover's gonna have like both Jazz and Amelia just fighting in the background while me and Airedale are just like, so how are we gonna like, do all this stuff?
Sitting
Yeah.
together.
It's like
It's
looking at
also-
the map, like, okay, how about we go here today?
every copy comes with a free baguette. It's important.
I don't know if I can.
A baguette
That's a lot of,
necklace.
that's a lot of shipping and handling on expiring goods.
That's actually a good idea. A baguette necklace or like a charm.
Yeah.
A little baguette charm.
I wasn't thinking of like a published book. I was thinking of like making a better journal.
A baguette necklace with the matching earrings that we have.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, we'll discuss it off air. And,
We'll have a project. We'll have a
Like-
project planning meeting.
yeah.
You're such girls. Like, oh,
I
accessories.
get more girls to play D&D.
I
I can play too.
I believe that D&D is for everybody, and I
That's a
think-
boy game.
no, hell no,
Right,
it is
right.
absolutely not. It's something that everyone should be able to play, everyone should have access to, and I'm glad that we have a platform like Roll20 that allows us to play together even though we're super, super far away from each other, so,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's ladies. Make it hilarious.
Alright, so, before which break, you guys came into the room with this beautiful red marble veined dragon shrine at the end of the room here. Amelia, I believe you said you also were just kind of doing a perception check of the room, correct?
Should I roll it?
Yep, go ahead and roll your perception check.
Nope. I got nothing.
Yeah, you basically find that it seems to be a
It's a
chamber with
room.
no way out other than the way you came in, and then there's this dragon statue at the end.
There's the
Right.
statue.
I would also like to do a check. Mic check 1
Go
2
for it.
1 2. All right, we're back from break. We're gonna have good numbers. Let me just shake it out.
God, I hope this is a one.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Trash. No trash.
Hey!
Alright, a little bit better. So you look around the room, and again, nothing really out of the ordinary. There's the dragon statue at the end that you feel a little compelled to get a little closer to it and check it out.
I'm just gonna boop.
Can I check the statue too?
Sure. So, as Giaz approaches the statue, you gaze upon it and kind of check it out, and its jaw starts to actually loosen up,
Mm.
and it looks like it's about to speak. And as it does, this booming voice kind of emanates from the room, and everyone can hear it very clearly.
I am small.
Is it
We
common or
come at
draconic?
night without being fetched. We disappear by day without being stolen. What are we?
Whoa, what did it say?
We disappear by night without being fetched. We disappear by day.
Stars?
Hold on, let's not jump the gun here.
Sorry.
Oh.
Okay, we come at night without. Yeah, the stars.
As Amelia just looks at
Ah.
the statue and just kind of goes, stars, duh.
I didn't say that.
It was me.
Why
It was
that
E.
smart?
It was very quick. It was E? Oh.
Yeah.
My fault. My bad.
I know their voices.
I thought I did, but I was also typing that while I was half listening, so my apologies. So as E is like thinking and pondering, she's like, oh, stars. Easy. The dragon's eyes kind of cover for a split second, and you hear this click and latch behind you. And the door that is this mason wall that blended in so perfectly with the masonry around it clicks and hinges forward, sweeping like a path of dust along the floor, opening to a chamber beyond.
Oh.
I'm totally going in there.
I'll go in there too.
I'll go into.
Alright. Is everybody going in?
I guess so. But again, I will go last just in case.
Okay.
But really, probably
Oh,
first
good.
for sight lines.
Who's going first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
On my luck.
Just going in normal?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you cross into this room, oops, I brought Amelia too. Let's put you back.
An arrow shoots into your head.
Which, actually, I want to test something real quick.
Uh-huh.
That test did not include deleting Jenna, but it happened. So. One of these days, I should get a mouse for when we're traveling, so I'm not doing this all with my mouse pad.
Mm.
Mandy, can you still see what
Yes.
August is?
Yeah.
Yes, I fixed it. Sweet.
Yes.
All right. So, Janaga, as you enter this chamber, dust cloaks the contents of this 20-foot wide hall. There are 6 alcoves lining either side, 3 to the north and 3 on the south. And each alcove, except the southwestmost one, holds a humanoid figure carved of the same red-veined white marble that the dragon was done in the previous room. The figures resemble tall elves in plate armor. A stone archway at the end of the hall opens into a wide room from which greenish light glows. A dark pit is situated before the archway. So, down over here, this is the pit you can kind of see already. And through the room, you can also see just an open alcove, and you can make out the faint details of the room across.
I like that I see a dragon pattern on the slab in front of me. It's cool looking.
Mm-hmm.
Can I go ahead and go
poke my head out just to say, like, the coast is clear?
Yeah.
Okay.
I poke my head out and the coast is clear.
You poke your head out and the coast is clear, and you notice that as you say, like, as you're coming out to kind of let the rest of the party know, the door starts closing on you.
Oh.
However, you can just give it a tap,
Indiana Jones style, come on!
and it just opens right back up.
Okay.
So it's very from the inside. You get a
Mini
sense
mart
that
door,
it's
then. Okay.
It's like
Exactly.
an elevator.
it opens in one direction very easily.
Can we go ahead and go inside?
Yeah, go for it.
Alright, so.
Go ahead and grab your tokens and bring yourselves in.
Woohoo!
Whee!
Okay, so I have an idea of how to get over this pit. I wonder if
Tell it
I
to
could
us.
angle and
Please
use my
share.
vines to create a path over the pit so that we can safely get across.
Ah. I
That
like
sounds
that idea.
smart.
I'm okay with this plan.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
And I was using what spell?
Just to weave them in such a way that we can create a path over the pit so that we can get across.
Okay. That was Entangle or your Druidcraft? I'm sorry. Which spell are you using to cross? It wasn't coming through on voice chat.
Entangle?
Entangle, okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. So you walk to the edge of the pit and you kind of raise your arms in front of you this way, and through the cracks in the stonework where the dirt is a little apparent, vines start to spring forth and twist amongst themselves over the pit, creating a 10-foot bridge that you test it, and it kind of sways gently under your foot like a rope bridge. And while there's no sides to it, it feels pretty sturdy, and it covers basically the entire gap here. So we're gonna draw
Oh,
this
you're
out.
poison ivy. I didn't know this.
Her secrets are revealed.
Hey.
So there we go.
I'll go ahead and use myself as a guinea pig, and I'll cross
Excuse
first whenever you're finished.
I am a master artist.
You're doing
Look at
great.
those
Yeah.
vines.
Squares! Oh no.
Those wonderful vectors.
Oh, no. There we go.
I am impressed with those skills. I mean,
This is the real life equivalent of my drawing.
Imagination.
From now on, Adam can do all of our graphic work.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be great. Everything's gonna look fantastic. Squares and stick-figure bodies for everybody.
Yay!
All right, so E, you're going first.
please.
Okay. All right.
Got it.
So as you round this corner, you've already seen him. Jot comes at you, and he is going to. Actually, I don't have his character sheet here. Boop, boop. Where are you, Jot?
What the heck is this thing?
He's a Jot.
He's
What's a job?
He's a Jot.
It's really ugly.
Yeah, he is.
It's really ugly.
I can't, I see the little token,
I
but I
just
mean,
zoom in.
Okay, so as you come around the corner, he is going to cast Scare at you. So he kind of puffs himself out. He is, for description, he is about yay big. He's small,
Okay.
maybe a foot and a half to 2 feet tall. He's green, has these like 2 hooked talons for feet and claws on his hands, little spikes above him. His face is almost that of an insect. And he just seems like really pesky, annoying, evil. Yeah.
Jot?
His name is Jot.
He looks like a gremlin, but with a tinier face.
He yells
Yeah,
out,
he looks like from
screaming.
Guardians of the Galaxy or something.
Yeah.
As he does, he kind of like rears his teeth back, baring his fangs, and kind of like gets imposing. Go ahead and make a what is this? A wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay. What the deuce, man? That's with a 6.
How does it feel to be me?
So you feel the fear kind of settle in, but you're more confused than you are afraid of whatever the hell this thing is flying at you.
It's like a gnat.
It can fly?
With awe. Huh? Oh yeah.
It
Oh,
can
yeah.
fly?
He's
A pest.
yeah. You are unimpressed. You're a little like, what the hell is this thing? But you're not afraid of it as much as you are just like, what is going on right now? What would you like to do?
I guess I could. I don't know if I want to kill him. Is there any chance of communicating with the thing?
You can try.
You speak to animals.
While she's doing that, can I start making my way up? Like, can I see
Yeah,
probably
sure.
from here that she's interacting with something?
This is going to be a surprise round of combat, so what's going to happen is E's going to get her turn, and then we're all going to roll initiative.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
In that case, I'll do poison spray.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your damage. So as you kind of pull your poisonous cloud together in your hand and you thrust it forward in your, the style that you've become accustomed to, the poisonous spray just kind of moves towards him, and it does that feature where, he breathes it in. It creates that almost devilish smile over the face, and he just goes,
Oh no!
Oh no.
Everyone go ahead and roll initiative.
I'm imagining her little like happy face poison puffs like making a sad face.
Like it didn't work.
Oh, I forgot to select the token.
Yeah,
I forgot.
Yeah.
Nope, I also forgot to select the token.
Hold on.
Select
No.
your homie.
Here's initiative.
where is it?
Same problem.
I had a 21 first, now I get a 9.
Oh, there it is. Well, okay.
Jot. Oh, I need to roll for Urky, don't I? Doop, 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 doop. Doop, 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 doop. Urks. Where you at, Urks?
Arcane timbers.
Good job, 5. Urks, I'm so proud of you.
Well, that's better than my 4.
Alright, let's see here. So I have a roll for, I'm missing one for Josh. She got a 10. Let me just add hers manually.
I think I stole your trash, Mandy.
Back for her.
Alright, and Janaga, you said you had a 21 for your first one. I'm gonna let you keep that.
Aww.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Alright.
You're only being nice to us now, guys. When we're like, he's gonna be mean.
Don't worry. There's gonna be plenty of time for me to be mean for you later.
Oh no.
Janaga, you're up first. What would you like to do?
Oh god. Maybe I'll just go ahead with Laria's laughter and see where that takes me.
Okay. So you have to move in first. You are.
Where am I? Oh, I'm way back there.
Yeah, you got some distance. Now remember, your movement I think is 30. So the farthest you can really get is the vine bridge.
I'll take the chance.
Okay.
There's no like time limit on that bridge.
No, Entangle I think lasts for an hour minimum. Or
Okay,
something.
just making sure.
I pulled that number out of my butt for this scenario. That's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright, see how that goes.
Please help me.
Please help me.
Flying around my head.
Amelia, you are.
Can't we go 60 feet if that's all we're doing that turn?
Yeah, if you don't want to do anything else, you can double your movement. Janaga, did you want to do that?
What was that? I'm sorry.
You can double your movement if you don't do anything else that round.
No, I'm good. I'm fine where I am right now.
Okay.
Sort of figuring a little something more with this guy.
Okay. Amelia, it's your turn.
I'm just gonna run 60 feet.
Okay.
At 30, so hold on.
So technically, Entangle apparently
No,
only
laptop.
for 1 minute, so just a heads up. I'm treating it differently for this scenario because it was cast out of combat.
There you lied.
Okay.
Then
That's why I
I
looked it up. I'm like, I feel like the internet's gonna be mad if I get this wrong. So
go to run across, and you're like, and time's up.
Everybody hurry! The vines are gonna break!
I can't get my token.
Change to the select move thing. You're still
You
on.
want me to move over so you can
No.
get it?
Over
Just
there. There you go. My turn's done.
Okay. Body swap. Boop. 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 Okay. Gianz, you're up.
Alright, I am also gonna double move so I can get over. How many spaces is it?
You have movement. It's 5 foot per square. I think you have 30, and you can double it if you don't do anything else.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go. Yeah. So I'm gonna double it. Oh shit! I did the same thing.
Yeah.
And I make that sound when I do it.
I'm not surprised. All right. Jot is going to fly at Jayaz.
What?
He's gonna
There was like a little delay of like, what?
make a claw attack. Let's see here. All right, that does hit, and it's gonna hit for 7 points of damage.
You, Jot, you.
You Jot.
Why is this thing even
And
here? How was it
Go ahead
alive?
and make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Okay. So as he cuts into your, skin, you raise your arm to block his claw attack with your bracers, and it tears the leather a bit. And you can feel the wounds kind of scrape your skin.
Mm-hmm.
It stings almost as if you were pouring rubbing alcohol into the wounds. However, it only stings momentarily, and you just kind of shake it off.
I'm just gonna give him the stink eye.
You can ignore that. It's not for real. That's not what actually happened there. Okay. It is now Urki's turn.
How much is his movement? Because he's a gnome, right? So he
Yep,
can move
he
as
is.
much.
He's not very mobile.
A little
He's
murky,
got
Urky.
30. He's going to stop here. However, he is going to use his Sacred Flame ability on
Not be
Sacred
burning.
Flame on the fiend, and he yells, recognizing it immediately as something demonic and not of this plane. So Urki is going to cast Sacred Flame. Jot is going to try and avoid it. He succeeds on his throw, so he only takes 3 points of damage. However, as soon as he's hit, he immediately recoils from the sacred flame, and the flames are kind of like licking off of his body as they disperse. Silver light coming from Urki's holy symbol. Jot immediately just kind of panics, and he yells out, "You broke the binding! My watch from the dragon priest is over!" And he just kind of like waves his wings like this, and as he does, he blinks out of existence.
Oh.
What?
Watch of the dragon priest?
Huh.
Okay. So the battle over?
Was he protecting something or keeping it in here?
It's a good question.
Or is this one of those deals where the first person that touches him has to be the watcher?
I didn't touch him.
That deeply interested.
That eyebrow, that DM eyebrow.
DM eyebrow.
Fuck!
Can I check around?
Yeah. So as you look around the room, you notice that as you crossed over the vines, these beautiful violet marble tiles are covering the floor and the walls, although all of them are cracked or broken in some kind of way, which are revealing rough-hewn stone beneath. So there's this beautiful layer of really fine violet marble that's been like pressed and cracked and damaged, and it's kind of been shattered on the floor, and underneath the actual stone is starting to give way to the earth underneath of it. The sconces that are attached to walls at each corner, so there's one in every corner of the room, giving natural light to the space, burn, and on one holds a torch that burns with a greenish fire. A marble sarcophagus, a marble sarcophagus easily 9 feet long, lies in the room's center. The coffin is carved with dragon imagery, and the head of the sarcophagus resembles a dragon's head. Rusting iron clasps firmly lock down the lid.
No. This is like a tomb. I don't think that we should mess with this. I don't think this is a good idea.
You guys are the one that wanted to come in here.
Yeah, but I didn't know what was in here. Now that I see this looks like a tomb.
Yeah, I think so, of the dragon priest. I mean, he did say his watch of the dragon priest was over, or something like that.
Oh.
But does that mean somebody else's watch has begun?
I don't know. You read Draconic, can't you see if like it has some kind of writing on it?
Is there anything written on it? Yeah.
Would that be perception or investigation? Like if I want to.
That's investigation.
That would be investigation, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna investigate this.
Please roll good today.
Okay.
I want to point out that's with a +3, guys. That's how great I'm doing.
So you investigate the top of the coffin, and it definitely looks to resemble markings of the dragon priest, which was a honorary position within previous generations that you imagine must have lived in these halls. However, it doesn't appear that there's any kind of writing or inscription or anything directly on the sarcophagus that tells you any sort of details about who is lied entombed within.
Okay. So, I got nothing.
This is the green torch, by the way, the one at the bottom left.
Okay.
Green flame.
I guess, can I go investigate the torch?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and make an Arcana check once you approach it.
Oh,
Oh my god.
I told you I stole your trash.
Oh,
Right?
Oh, you're trash. Why?
While you weren't looking, I handed my
In the
trash
light,
to
you
you.
can't tell if it's actually lit green or if it's just a trick of the purple off the walls. Just looks like a regular torch.
Can I
Elf
touch
eyes.
something?
My elf eyes don't see shit today, y'all. Sorry.
Amelia, what did you want to do? You wanted to touch something?
Yeah, can I touch the sarcophagus?
Yeah, you can touch it. It's cool. It's cold. It has not been disturbed and it has not felt heat for a very long time. It is made of a beautiful violet veined marble. It's gorgeous.
Can I do check it for anything?
I have nothing in my equipment that would make me think, is there a way I could break into this, but there might be a booby trap, so I might get hit with something. I have
Well, you
no
can
idea
do a
what to do.
perception check on.
A perception check on the coffin?
Yeah.
Alright, what's the
Sure.
in that?
Can't do worse than me.
Gosh.
Two.
Sure. You guys are doing this on the coffin, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll also, even though my luck has been shite,
Damn.
I'm gonna be like,
All of us?
come on, give me that dragon touch.
May I as well?
One. Give me one.
Oh boy.
Good.
My perception 2. Hopefully above a 2.
So, all of you are investigating the sarcophagus, and there really doesn't seem to be anything else out of the ordinary. It doesn't seem to have any traps or any kind of anything special about it, really. Go ahead and make a separate Arcana check for the sarcophagus.
Who?
All of us?
Everyone.
A separate what?
That's
Arcana.
something.
Maybe not Arcana. Arcana. Oh, there it go.
Oh
God.
my.
Oh, Christ. On
There
it.
you go. You can have it right back.
Now mine works. Yeah, that's weird. It's weirdly
There
doing
you
that
go.
thing.
Janaga, as you are very closely inspecting this, you feel not something from the surface of the sarcophagus. Like, you're going over it, nothing really feels different or strange. However, you have a gut feeling that there's something arcane in nature on the inside of this chest, the sarcophagus. You're not sure what to make of it, but it kind of gives you that sense of like electricity in the air coming from deep inside of it.
Electricity. Rendiel, get over here.
Not the literal electricity like you're gonna get shocked, but
No, I
that
mean,
sense
yeah.
of like energy, something kind of like that. Kind of like when you walk over a carpet.
Stand on the back of my neck.
Hey, you guys.
Yeah.
It's electric. Maybe we should
It's that
slide
feeling
out
when you
of
walk
here.
across a carpet with socks on and you feel like the static electricity in your hands. It's like that.
Yeah.
That was pretty bad. That was pretty terrible.
It was.
Oh. Okay, so are we gonna open this or are we gonna leave?
I don't. We have to open it. Like,
I
you
am-
guys weren't
Yeah, I was gonna say, even
for
though,
a reason.
like, we've come this far.
It's worth noting that the vines have dissolved at this point.
Yes.
Oh, that's fine.
Fantastic. So-
Well, as long as you don't like die, we can get back across.
oh. Okay.
How
Well,
heavy is this? Do we all have to push it to open it?
So there are 6 separate rusted clasps that are holding it at each interval. So there's 2 at the corners, 2 in the center, and then 2 at the ends. You would have to break or remove the clasps before you could lift the top of the sarcophagus off. They're
Okay,
rusted
so-
overnight.
Rendiel, is there any spell where you can like break all of them at the same time?
I mean, I could try Thunderclap.
Well, remember, you are limited on how many spells you have per day. So if you've used
The last spell of the day.
Yeah.
I'd rather not.
Can I just short sword one?
I was gonna say, can I use my Loria's laughter to break a couple, maybe?
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah, I'll try that.
Go ahead and
That's my
roll.
most powerful weapon.
Let's see. Go ahead and roll an attack.
Where is that?
It'll just be a regular attack with your longsword.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
Natural 20.
Yay.
You slice down and it comes right apart. Like your sword clanks right on the metal fasten that's holding it, and the rust and everything just shatters the corner of it, and the clasp just bounces and hangs off. So that's the top. Let's see where you're standing. You're over here. Let's move you a little bit closer. So the one on the top right has been undone.
Yeah.
Can I try the one nearest me?
Yeah.
Cut through it.
You can either make an attack or you can just make a regular strength check for it. Depends on what you're gonna do.
Oh, well, I rolled a short sword.
Okay, yeah, it connects. Go ahead and roll damage. Okay. So you take your short sword and you kind of swing it, you bring it down, and it connects, and it cracks the majority of the rust fastener off, coming about like 3 inches in, all the way of about a 6-inch clasp. One more good hit, and it should sever it completely.
Can I hit it again, or are we like taking turns still?
Yeah, you can hit it again.
Is this like a pick your own clasp?
If you
I
want.
don't know. Like 13.
Go ahead and roll damage. You bring that sucker down, and the clasp is just sawed in half. The fastener.
Okay, so
I'll hit the middle one on my side again.
Alright.
Okay.
Seems to keep working for me. Hey!
God
I
damn.
feel like you're wasting all of your natural 20s.
Well, of course.
So,
It's me.
you bring your longsword down, and you crack another one, and this time you also go after the second one, holding the remaining fasteners on the right side of the sarcophagus, and you just obliterate them.
Yay!
There are now only 2 fasteners sealing the sarcophagus closed.
Alright, so the one in
Jazz,
front of
maybe,
me.
like, maybe you'll get a natural 20, Jazz. Go ahead.
Yeah, the one in front of me hasn't been hit, right?
No.
Correct.
So I'm gonna pull out the shorties,
Do it.
and I'm gonna
I'm
whap.
gonna be
Actually-
so upset if you.
Oh, actually, I hate that double click. I'm sorry.
Go the first one. That's fine.
I would say 21's fine. However, Janaga's shattered all the ones on this side, so do you want to
Oh.
come over here?
Well, that's what I was asking.
Yeah, because your natural 20 basically broke the remaining 2 that were on this side. So,
Damn.
Okay, well then, yes.
alright, so you attack, and you go ahead and roll damage in the
Trace
first
of
one.
power.
Powerful than I seem.
9 points. Yeah, it shatters that lock, and there's only one
There's
remaining.
more over
We
here.
did something.
Now, since I have the 2 short swords, did I do like one in another, or were they?
They both came down and kind of went
Oh,
and
okay.
like pulled them out.
You want me to get the last one?
Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
10.
Alright, go ahead and roll damage. 3
3.
piercing. So you take your short sword, you hack at it, and again, it splits down the center. However, it's not completely destroyed. One more good whack should do it.
Okay. 21.
That'll definitely
and
hit.
damage.
And
7.
7. So you take your short sword above you, you kind of flip it so the sharp bit is facing down. You go kink right down on the center of it. It clicks off the side and just knocks it out. There are now no metal fasteners holding the sarcophagus on top.
Oh god. We gotta open it now.
Yeah, we got it. We can't not.
Okay. So who all is approaching to kind of lift the marble piece off?
I am.
Yeah, I will also.
Okay.
No.
Wait, before we lift it off, can I use a potion?
Yeah, go ahead.
What do I?
That is 1d4 plus 2 hit points of damage restored.
All right, 1d4 plus 2.
Uh-huh. So 5 hit points back. Oh, no. You
No.
literally rolled-
No.
Sorry.
No.
What was that about having good rolls after the break?
Yeah, I lied. Oops. No, 3. Cool. All right, now I'm ready to open the.
Cooperate.
I think the trash brings her comfort.
Yeah.
I think the baguettes were like cursed.
You know what? I haven't been eating them as much. That's probably why.
Oh, yeah.
That's why.
Your strength
They
is down.
do
You gotta,
give you
gotta
power.
recover at some point.
I do.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Okay,
hey.
so what are we doing to move it?
Well, first things first. This is not related, but I wanted to show this to you guys. Apparently, there was a handout of Jot, so that's what Jot
Oh,
looks like.
cool.
Y'all, that
It's
thing
like
is.
a gremlin, but cuter.
It's not cute.
No,
Look
I mean,
at
like,
'em.
the eyes. The eyes were cute.
It reminds me kind of like Gremlins.
Yeah.
A little
Yeah,
bit.
when they eat after midnight.
Hi-ho.
All right. So, you guys are. So, Jayaz and Amelia, you kind of brace yourselves against the top of the sarcophagus and you push, and it's heavy. It is easily a couple hundred pounds worth of marble just sliding across the slate. And as soon as the edge is no longer flush against the top, this green light just flashes from the inside
Oh
as
boy.
if some kind of seal has been broken, and you push the remainder off. And
Great.
as you do,
Great.
you look down and recognize that inside of this coffin is a troll.
A dead troll.
Oh.
It's dressed in completely rotted finery. However, it is still wearing jewelry and rings adorned with tiny silver dragons on its body.
So
As
The
we
creature
do.
is
this is the
shrunken
dragon priest.
and elongated, and its flesh is a rubbery, putrid green. Its black hair is long, thick, and ropey. Its beady black eyes flash open, and it
Ugh.
snarls at you as you've disturbed it. Everyone go ahead and roll.
And while we do that, though, I'm just gonna kind of like raise my hand and be like, "Did anybody else think there would be a dragon in here?"
I
Keep
I
forgetting
anticipated
to
a
select my token.
Oh wait,
Am I
token,
doing
right?
it? I don't know what I'm doing. I thought I did it
Be a
right.
big boy.
Damn, why is he so big?
It's a troll.
Oh my
Oh,
god! How? How am I this
Automatic
bad?
brain.
Fine, guys.
Oh my gosh.
What happened to us?
Ah.
I mean, this is
There we
just
go.
initiative, guys. Like, as long as we get good rolls on our attack. Hopefully.
All right. Janaga, you're up first. What would you like to do?
Ilaria, go do it.
All right. That does hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Good. Yay!
All right. So the dragon priest is still prone, and he's just waking up, trying to like his big long arms clasp the sides, and he's like pulling himself forward into a sitting position. And as he does, you're off to the side. You take Ilaria's laughter and just right down his back, go whack, and take the sword, and it pulls through and just slices thin across the back of his muscles, all on his shoulder, dealing a huge blow to him.
Yay.
And he kind of lets out this deep groan as it comes out. As he pulls himself forward, he reaches and tries to make a bite attack at Amelia.
Why did he attack you?
And as he does, he leans forward, goes to bite at you, and you kind of pull back immediately, just barely grazing, and his face to your face is like right here. You can smell the vile breath of just this dead organism that has not breathed in millennia, it feels like. He also turns and swings his claws towards Jayaz.
No.
And with a natural 20,
Oh my god.
reaches out and manages to just claw towards your chest and just rakes his nails into your flesh. And you feel this searing hot pain as it drags across your body. You take 10 points of damage.
Oh my.
I'm real glad I used that potion, but also real sad right now.
Alright, E, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
gonna use my longbow.
Okay.
She's in the safe zone, so she's good.
Yeah.
I know, right? Like,
A 15 does hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Yay.
All right, 7 points of piercing. So as you see this, you see and hear this dragon priest just clawing its way out and kind of shaking off ages of, just not moving, and his body's stiff, and he's trying to feel what it's like to move again. An arrow lets loose from your bow and just pierces through the center of his sternum, right below his lung. And he kind of goes and like feels it hit him with full force. He reaches down and just snaps it off. You take 7 points of damage.
That's disgusting.
Jazz, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Can I
Yeah,
cry?
You might want to get behind him. So he doesn't...
Go ahead and roll a crying check.
Okay, that's a D20,
No.
right? Okay, so first I'm gonna go back into a corner so I'm out of his reach.
Okay.
And then I am gonna aim up with Lego Yas.
Okay.
And first, is this a free action? I'm gonna take a bite of bread because I feel like maybe that's where I've been screwing up.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna aim up. Yes!
So you feel as this dragon priest rolls out of this, as he's clawing his way out of this, basically his prison, he rakes across your chest, and you just kind of like fall back and stabilize yourself against the back wall. You withdraw Legolas from your shoulder. You take this bite of your baguette and seal yourself, and you deliver a kick-ass one-liner.
Oh god, don't put me on the spot. I'll be like,
Pressure.
Yeah. Troll me, will you?
Perfect. It's perfect. And you just let loose and go, and it flies true. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, I was like, watch it be a 1.
Yeah, so that's what, 13 points of damage? Alright. It just flies loose, sinks into the back of his brain. He slumps forward and just does not move. So the arrow pierces the back of the skull. E, from where you're standing, you can see the tip of the arrow just go chunk and pop slightly out of the front. The eyes that are already black and beady just kind of like feels like a life falls out from behind him. Falls forward. Amelia, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Is he still alive?
He looks dead.
I want to say maybe barely, so proceed with caution.
Okay. I've been with my short sword to make sure he's dead.
Okay.
Pokey pokey.
Oh my god.
So you hack one more time, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage.
For sure, that had to do it.
Okay. You take your short sword and you kind of just like carve across his chest, matching the same wound that Janaga put on his back.
Yeah. That's
Still doesn't seem
right.
Janaga, it's your turn.
You know what? I'm gonna use my bow and arrow. Gonna shoot, hopefully, one final arrow into him.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
7 points of piercing. So you just point blank, withdraw your short bow, and go, thunk, and like let loose one more arrow right through his throat.
Yeah.
It's now the Dragon Priest's turn. And it has not breathed.
He just
It
falls.
has not moved for the entire time that you guys were assaulting it. And yet, even though you continuously assail the body, suddenly it just goes
Oh, fuck.
and draws in one breath, and its eyes come back to life. And it continues to pull itself out,
Oh,
My
crap.
gosh.
pulling the arrow from out of the back of its skull. And as it does, the wound in the front begins to close ever so slightly.
No, dislike.
It steps out
Buried alive.
of the sarcophagus makes one turn at Amelia and just snaps again with his jaw with disadvantage because he's got an arrow in his neck. So as he goes to go and like try and come at you, the arrow in its neck actually messes with the position of it, and it kind of realizes like it's locked in place and can't really get its head the way that it wants to go. And you just kind of sidestep and shuffle backwards, not quite understanding what's going on because this thing was dead all of 5 seconds ago. Like there was no question about it. And yet now it's gotten back up and it's starting to move and its wounds are closing up and you're not quite sure what the hell's going on at this point. E, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm going to Thunder Wave this light.
Okay. The light? Okay. Go ahead and do your Thunder Wave.
No, wait, hold on. No,
Okay.
Scimitar the light. Scimitar the light instead. That way I can still save my last spell.
Okay.
Okay.
Ugh,
So
well, I guess I miss it.
you kind of, it's a little higher up than you were expecting, and you kind of make a jump for it. You don't manage to hit it and damage it, however, it clatters to the floor. However, interestingly enough, the flame doesn't go out once it like falls through the air, hits the ground. The wind kind of darkens it, and it looks like it's about to go out. It hits the ground, settles, and the light just kind of goes and bursts back into flame.
Do we know what green flames are?
You rolled an Arcana check. You don't know. However, it doesn't seem
Just
like this.
think.
Yeah, it just
This
seems
one-
like it. By all intents and measures, it seems like a torch that for some reason should have gone out just now and it didn't.
Oh boy.
Is there anything else you would like to do?
No, there's nothing else I can do. No.
Okay. Jayaz, it's your turn.
First I'm gonna quietly mutter to myself, I wish we still had that dragon.
She can hear us if we call her. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, like yell into the vents. God, should have given her an earring.
Hey,
Um,
Sally, we need you.
shit. I need to heal, but I don't have any more potions.
That's a great idea. We should give her an earring.
I know. We're screwed up. God, I don't.
Oh, whoops! I'm sorry. I should have thrown you a potion.
It's okay. Could I use Hunter's Mark on the troll?
On the Dragon Priest?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you absolutely can.
So, and that takes the place of an attack, right? That would be my turn.
I think so. Hold on, let me look up Hunter's Mark real quick. Because I want to say Hunter's Mark is a bonus action. I could be wrong. Hunter's Mark. Oh, you have it there. Perfect.
Yeah, it's bonus action.
Casting time, one bonus action. Yep. So this is a bonus action. It does not replace your attack.
Okay, so I'll cast this first
Okay.
before attacking with the Lego Yas.
So as you cast Hunter's Mark, go ahead and roll a nature check as well.
Not Tor.
Not to war. Girl!
Hi!
So, you recall, as you mark it and become familiar with your prey, that trolls have regenerative properties. And you recall that there's a few different ways to stop it, but you can't recall what any of them are at the moment.
I'm like, so then I'm gonna attack with Lego Yas.
Go ahead.
Oh my god.
Natural one. Amelia, roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh,
I hate when she does this.
Okay.
12.
So,
Christ.
Mandy, you mark your hunter's quarry, and you feel this surge of energy as you basically lock in, and the adrenaline kicks in, and you're able to take this thing down again. And as you do, your hand like shakes just so slightly enough to knock the arrow off of the bow itself, and you let it fly, and it kind of goes off in a different direction. Thankfully, it doesn't connect with Amelia. However, it does sail between the Dragon Priest and Amelia. And while it wasn't an intentional attack at her, the arrow just sails clear between,
Mm.
going like shoop.
Of course it does.
Amelia, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Did that distract him?
No, not at all.
Damn it. Okay. What do trolls speak?
He speaks giant.
Oh. I don't know. I'll short bow him.
Okay. 15 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
7.
Okay. So you withdraw your short bow, and because of the close range and how tall this thing is, just towering over you, you just kind of let the arrow go straight up into its chest cavity, and it matches where the one in its sternum was broken off. However, this one pierces between the ribs and looks like it might have entered a lung, possibly. The dragon priest stumbles forward. It lands on the ground on its hands, and again, it kind of slumps forward and goes unconscious. Is there anything else you'd like to do? If there's nothing else, then we'll go to Janaga's turn.
Yeah, that's done.
Okay.
Yeah, you said he's unconscious now, right?
Yep, he is not moving.
Okay,
Not
I'm
moving.
gonna be ballsy, knowing if he's pretty much zombie-esque, sever the head from the body, so I'm gonna go up and use my Ilaria's Laughter to try and cut his head off.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh my god.
You've been rolling nat 20s with that all day. Oh.
So as you
That
kind of
was for sure.
run up on top of the body, again, it's larger than you. You kind of lose your footing, and as you do, you go to catch yourself, and you throw Ilaria's Laughter from your hands as you try and brace yourself on the ground. You fall and land here. However, Ilaria's Laughter is somewhere over here now.
Oh my.
Oh, wonderful.
It is. Oh, we skipped Urki's turn, so Urki is going to go over to Jayaz,
Yes, please.
and he is going to try and help you out a little bit. He clutches his magic symbol, his holy symbol, and he lays a hand on your shoulder. And as he does, you can feel this warmth just kind of emanate throughout your body, and some of your wounds begin to close.
Mm.
And he casts Cure Wounds at 2nd level, which heals you for 6 points of health.
Woohoo!
It is now the Dragon Priest's turn, and again, he kind of stirs a little bit, this big gasp of air filling its lungs. As he's pushing himself off, he's ripping these arrows out of his body, and the wounds are just closing up every single time he pulls one. This time he also reaches to his neck and just rips it out, and you can see that the wounds start closing up again as he's stabilizing himself. He's a little disoriented, but he sees Janaga as he stands. He's going to make a claw attack at her.
God damn.
And that is a 19, and it does connect. He brings his claw down in a downward motion. He's trying to get his purchase, and he brings it down your shoulder, and you kind of buckle under the weight of it before you have an opportunity to roll it off. The claws rake down the back of your shoulder as well and kind of pull forward, and you can feel this sharp, jagged pain as flesh is being torn from your body. He's then going to turn to Amelia and make a bite attack as well.
What?
As he turns to kind of like snap as he's moving his hands this way and his neck is spinning around this way, he comes wide sailing and just kind of chomps at the air nowhere near where you are.
Okay.
And Irandel, it is your turn now.
Hey, I want to move right here. I'm gonna try poison spray.
Okay.
Yes, please, something.
So he needs a 14. Dexterity saving throw. It is an 8. He does not make it. So you let loose your poison spray in front of you, and as you do, the poison soaks into his body and comes to his face, and it leaves the smiling, gaseous form as it dissolves in. And he starts to retch, and his body becomes very violently ill. Is that sufficient? No. Okay. So he starts hacking up, and there's, he's not quite vomiting, but coughing up blood in front of him as the poison begins to attack his immune system. Giaz, it is your turn.
Alright, I'm just gonna stick to what I've been doing and try Lego Yas.
I don't mean to laugh. I'm sorry.
Actually, oh shit, since Urki moved... wrong.
He's not moving, I'm just trying to get his...
Oh, okay. I didn't want to shoot through him. Okay.
You're good.
So I'm gonna... Okay, that's better.
18 hits, go ahead and roll damage.
Alright, and then what was the... Oh, no, I gotta scroll up to... Hunter's Mark is an extra 1d6. Okay. So, do that. Oh. Well, the 9.
Uh-huh.
And
then plus 1d6.
Yeah. I said d6. Awesome.
Okay. Don't be mad at it. Still, 10 points of damage does seem to send the Dragon Priest back down. This time you let loose an arrow straight from your bow that sails true and catches it in the center of its back, piercing through what's probably some more internal organs straight down the center of his sternum. Falls over, and again, he's just kind of like, there's this loud thud as he connects with the earth. Not moving, not blinking. All intents and purposes seems to be dead, and yet keeps coming back.
Do we have, like, fire? Can we light him on fire? Like, what do we do, guys?
That sounds like either that or cut his head off and see what happens, and, like, keep the head somewhere.
Look at Adam's face.
I'm so proud of all of you.
Do we drive a stake through its heart like a vampire?
I don't think that's gonna work.
Does anyone think this light is resurrecting him? That's why I was trying
maybe,
to attack it. I mean,
I don't want to cross the troll room to get to the light.
I'm just trying to wait for my turn so I can go get my sword.
Oh,
crying.
God.
Crying for me.
Oh. I mean, at this point, I'm just gonna keep throwing poison at him.
What can I do? Jump up and try and take it out with my hands? Let me put out the fire with my hands. Wait. Didn't one of us have, like, water that we could throw at it?
Well, I don't...
What?
Didn't we have, like, a thing of water with us in one of the skins? What is it?
Oh yeah, we had...
I mean, we've got red wine vinegar.
Oh, I thought we had, like, a thing of water with us.
No.
Well, I've got a water skin with water in it, but I don't think that's gonna put this light that's been
we can't
burning.
throw it at, like a water balloon in a way?
Ooh, actually, I have an idea.
Huh?
My turn.
I was gonna say, I believe it's Amelia's turn right now. What would you like to do?
Do I know anything about trolls?
Go ahead and roll a nature check. Now, mind you, if you do this, this will be your turn instead of an attack. Is that okay?
Well, yeah, because he keeps coming to life anyway.
Go ahead and make
How
a roll.
else are we gonna do?
There we go.
Okay, that'll do it.
Yay!
So you recall back to your studies when you were learning about different monster types and stuff, and while you've never fought a troll or really prepared to fight one, you do remember reading about their ability to regenerate and their ability to kind of keep pulling themselves back from the brink of death. Trolls have a very high metabolism to regenerate their bodies. Even severing arms, their head, body parts doesn't stop it and actually causes the severed piece to act of its own free will.
Oh, damn.
You do recall, however, that there are two things that will stop a troll's regenerative properties. Their skin is like leathery but dry and catches fire very easily.
Okay.
Fire will, challenge the
Bad.
regeneration enough that if you were to kill something while it was on fire, that might be enough to do the trick. And also, you've heard stories where acids that are either brewed up in labs or ones that are stolen from like spiders or basilisks can cause enough severe damage upon regeneration
Did
that
we
it
get something from the
challenges it.
spider? Or did we use it on something already?
And I'm kicking myself for using my fire breath to try to be the dragon's mom.
Right. Right.
Oh my god, right? Oh, I completely forgot you had that.
The torch.
I
That
relayed this
is
information
weird.
to everyone. Yeah, I relayed this information to everyone, and I'm like, light it on fire!
Okay. Janaga, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm moving over to get my damn sword back. I feel
Okay.
naked without it.
You go over and grab your sword. So that's 15 feet of movement. You still have 15 left.
Okay. I wish I had something for that fire in the corner, but I don't. Unless,
Separated.
Why can't you
I
have
was
your
gonna
bow,
say,
right?
if I could somehow fire an arrow to where it would go through the fire and then ricochet off the wall and then hit him.
Can't you just move over to the torch? You still have how much movement?
Not quite.
You could get to here and be able to pick up the torch. You've got 3 squares that you can make. That wouldn't be enough to be able to get back to the Dragon Priest, but you could pick it up.
I'm just gonna stay right here for now.
Okay.
I feel like Arendiel could probably use that better than I could.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna stay where I am and use my short bow. And see what I can do with this for now.
Okay. So you fire a short bow at the Dragon Priest corpse?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, he's unconscious. You really can't miss.
Something.
You really can't miss at this point. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
All right. So as you withdraw your short bow and you kind of just make a straight shot into its body again, seeing if there's a way to stop it, you just go shriek, and from your position, it lands in its upper shoulder.
Mm.
And as it connects, again, this jolt of electricity just seems to surge through its body. It pulls itself back up, makes eye contact with you, and just snaps it off. Throws it to the side.
Wait.
He is going to make an attack at Amelia because she's still nearby.
Yeah, you haven't moved. I just realized that.
All right, so this one, he's not playing around. He's getting a little angry. He stands up. He tears off he snaps the arrowhead off in his body, throws the stem of it to the side, turns to face you, and this time he's not being hasty. He's not thrashing about as his memories and his life and his previous being is starting to come back to him. And he looms above you and just comes down and makes this jagged, sharp, chomping motion. And you try and dive out of the way, however, he clamps down right on your thigh as you try and get away, and just manages to take a decent chunk out of, like, right above your knee, and just goes shh, and rips it away. You suffer 10 points of damage.
Good.
It is now E's turn.
Okay. So, can I pick up the torch
Mm-hmm.
myself with one hand and use my poison spray with the other at him?
Yeah, you can do that. So you move one, you grab the torch as your free action, just going to pick it up from the ground. And while you do that, you thrust your hand out and cast poison spray at him.
Yes. So that's like flaming poison spray.
Well, the poison spray is not on fire.
Oh, never
It's
mind.
not able to take on those properties. However,
Well, the
This
poison
is-
spray itself was still kind of effective with him, so
Right.
could have bought us
I was
Right.
hoping it would be flammable because it's poisonous.
right, but it's magical though, so the properties of it are a little different. However,
I understand.
as you thrust forth with the poison spray, it does the same where it kind of comes in, attacks its internal organs. It starts hacking and its eyes are watering and blood's kind of coming out of the corner of its eyes now as the internal organs behind his face now start to melt into mush. He lurches forward on one knee and kind of braces himself. He's not down, but he's barely clinging on to consciousness right now. It is now Urki's turn. Urki is going to move a couple feet. He's going to cast Sacred Flame and clutches his holy symbol, thrusts it out before him, and this radiant energy just surges forth. And even if the Dragon Priest were to make his saving throw, he would still take half damage. So this radiant light just comes forth and connects with the Dragon Priest's back and leaves scorch marks on it as it falls forward. It's not true fire, it's just radiant energy. But it comes forward unconscious. Jayaz, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Okay. Is it possible for me to use, like, the flint in my pack to light one of my arrows on fire?
You could, however, I'd say that's a full turn. However, remember that each of the four corners do have a torch.
Oh, do they? I thought it was just that one.
Yeah, I could only.
No, so every corner has a torch. It's just that the green one that E is now holding is the only one that seems different than the others.
Okay. Then can I just light the arrow I have notched, like, on the torch I'm by?
Yeah, so you kind of take a little bit of your cloak and you tear at the seam to get this, basically enough of something to wrap around an arrow real quick. You touch the tip of it to the torch above you, and it catches. And while it's lit, you very carefully pull and throw. Go ahead and roll your attack. Again, the Dragon Priest is huge and it's unconscious. So as long as you don't roll a 1...
Knowing
well
me.
Done. So the arrow soars over Urki, down over the sarcophagus, lands on top of the Dragon Priest and pierces through his body. And as he does, the flames kind of catch and immediately start to spread very quickly throughout its entire being. The raggedy cloth that he's also dressed in, that is dried with age, also goes up like a tinderbox real fast. And the body catches completely. And within a matter of 30 seconds, you're kind of waiting and watching to see, does this start moving again? Does he start to come back? His body lurches for a moment, almost as though his regeneration is going to kick in. And it kind of lurches forward one more time. And the skin starts to kind of melt away and become ash. The rest of the body starts to become more deformed as different chunks of it start catching. And it's not long before the Dragon Priest is left smoldering, blackened, smoking, and it is no longer moving.
She's done it!
Well done!
Yay!
Yay!
Hey!
That was impressive.
Forward
I
and
was not expecting y'all to come down with that.
I
Well
actually wanted
done.
to see what the green flame was gonna do.
I was
Green flame!
like, with my next move, I was gonna throw it to you to do something
Oh,
with or something.
So
Well, I thought to, like,
throw
pass
it
the
here.
pass the torch to me!
now that combat's over, you kind of check it out more closely, and you try to, like, put the flame out by shaking it and stuff, and the flame's just not going out. So the flame itself is still active, even though the Dragon Priest is dead. Go ahead and make another Arcana check.
All of us?
Just E.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Please let that be enough.
13? Okay. Let's see. Okay. So you kind of test it, you take your hand, and you realize that while you've been holding it, it doesn't really seem to be emanating heat. Like, it's not hot to the touch. You can kind of move your hand through it, and it doesn't hurt you. You're kind of confused by that. It's like, interesting. As you investigate it, you realize, and suddenly it connects, you don't know why you didn't recognize it earlier. This torch is enchanted with a continual flame spell. While you don't know the words to deactivate it, the torch can both be extinguished and brought back to life using a magical command word, and is not a regular flame, does not require oxygen to breathe. It is just a magical green flame that you can call forth at any time.
If she spent time with it, do you think she could learn the command word?
I'd say a short rest with it would be sufficient.
Yay! I already have a word in mind. Thank you, Hogwarts. Nox.
I was going to say, I'll let you pick the words for it, because you're going to basically just attune to it and figure it out. So I am happy to go with whatever references you come up with.
So now can I go check the body? Or, like, the remains around the sarcophagus?
So you check the Dragon Priest, and the fire has damaged most of the items it was wearing, including the ornate jewelry that it still had on its body. However, most of it seems like it's probably not on his person, but rather buried with him.
So I'm gonna check the coffin then, because something about that coffin.
Yeah. So as you peer into the sarcophagus, you notice that a bunch of items were buried with this priest, probably with the intention of him taking it to the afterlife or using it in his rebirth. Some sort of reasoning for why these items were buried with him. You find an ornate ceremonial dagger, which is not very practical for combat, but has a short blade, a beautiful jeweled hilt with a dragon face kind of carved onto the base of it. That is worth 125 gold pieces if you choose to sell it. You also find 2 silver rings worth 15 gold pieces each, and 1 silver amulet. I'm going to type these in here real quick so you can see them. If I can spell ceremonial correctly.
Nope.
That is why I could never be a DM.
I gotta spell words.
Hell no.
So I guess this will all just continue to go into our bank.
Yeah.
Our giant inventory.
Can I hold on to the dagger?
I mean, I am the one that finished them all.
You want it because it's got a dragon on the handle.
And it's pretty.
Where's the
I
dragon?
at least did some poison to him.
Yeah.
I figured out that fire kills it.
But I killed it.
Yeah.
Alright, and you also find 4 scrolls. Oh, wait, hold up. Just scattered along the bottom of the sarcophagus is also just straight up money.
Yeah.
People just threw coins in with it. Probably was like a offering. You find 220 silver pieces.
Ooh. Dang, y'all.
50 gold pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are also 4 spell scrolls at the bottom that, as you take them and unfurl them and read the titles in common, you see that there is 1 command spell, so scroll of command, 1 scroll of cure wounds, 2nd level, scroll of inflict wounds, also 2nd level, and scroll of guiding bolt, 2nd level.
So I don't need the cure wounds scroll if somebody else wants it.
I would gladly take the cure wounds scroll, as I tend to be the one
that stuff, so you take it.
Just a little bit.
I will gladly accept inflict and guiding bolt, though.
All right.
So,
7 numbers to your
A
inventory.
quick question about so a scroll, like, you could use it once and then it's done?
Yes.
Okay.
So essentially, the magic itself is stored into the scroll, and when the incantation words are spoken, it consumes the item, and the magic is drained from it and released.
Okay.
So the scroll of commands going into the group.
Yeah, I don't care to have that scroll.
Okay.
Going into the grouping, so I could just write it down.
And I will say that that takes us to time, and that is not the direction I thought we were going to head. However,
it's a direction.
You know, one of the things that I found about being a dungeon master is you can prepare all you want. Just basically know the content and hope that they go in a direction.
A direction.
Just a direction.
You also didn't think we were gonna try befriending the dragon last time.
Yeah. Thankfully, we were able to call that one at a really good point because I got to do some research and internet. Thank you, because other people have run into that as well. There were some great strategies that people recommended. I think one of my favorites was you could take it and kind of flip it on its head, where the goblins stole Calcerix away. Calcerix was basically the queen of the kobolds, and she's a spoiled 8-year-old. So she was kind of thing.
What?
Like, there was this whole...
All different stories.
Yeah. So I tried to combine some of the different pieces together with what I had kind of trapped myself into a corner with the week before. So it wasn't as smooth as I would have preferred to have done it had I been more prepared, but we can learn. We're all new at this.
You open up a book that's like, so your party wants to befriend a dragon.
Yeah, I need to get better at improv. Improv is hard.
Are you my mommy? And it's like Caltrix and then Jagas trying to breathe fire. Oh, goodness.
So we have the silver amulet of Chardalon. Chardalon's the dragon, right? Like the...
Yes, a Chardalon. So a little bit of backstory for this one, because we didn't get a chance to uncover it in the path that you took. However, there's a few places hidden throughout the dungeon that give a little bit of history here. The dragon priest was excommunicated and sequestered away, which is why he was trapped with a stasis spell and kept in there as punishment. The elves that used to maintain this shrine, which were in the previous room, you saw the big statues of the elves and the beautiful red vein marble.
Yep.
They were Chardalon's disciples who basically worshipped at his feet, kind of thing. A Chardalon is not a god or a deity, he's just a dragon. But took them under his wing, not to be too literal, but acted kind of as their patron. So when this dragon priest was found to be practicing with dark magics that transformed it permanently into this troll, he was excommunicated, and although he was sentenced to death by the church, he was still buried with all the finery of his position because he was a priest of a Chardalon. They buried him with all the finery and the accoutrements that you would expect. All the time when he was sequestered away, he forgot how to speak Elvish, he forgot about what he used to be, forgot any spells or any sort of previous life that he would have had. The longer he would have stayed out of the sarcophagus, and started regenerating more and more and more, the amount that he regenerates per day would have gone up. He would have started reclaiming all of his memories. Eventually, given enough time, he could become a bigger challenge in his own right. So you guys did a big favor to the world by cutting him down.
Yay!
So,
Did we find out who's holding the dagger? Can I please hold the dagger?
I thought I gave it to you.
Oh no!
yeah, it sounds like you get to enjoy that.
Yeah!
For now.
For now.
For now. And then she
Gosh,
takes a
you.
bite of her
Put
baguette.
it in your attacks thingy.
What happened?
You want to put it in your attacks thingy, so maybe you can use it if you want.
Well, it's not an attack dagger. It's just a...
I don't think it's a dagger for a weapon. I
You
just
check
want
it
to
out.
great.
Alright, for purposes of time, I'm gonna have to end the stream because I have to get out of here now.
Okay, well, before you do, I have one more good piece of news.
Yep.
Between returning Calcerix peacefully to the kobolds and to Ystrael and taking out the dragon priest, you guys have
Did we...
buckled down as adventurers. You're coming into your own, and you have all level 3.
Woo!
Hold on.
So at some point throughout the next 2 weeks, I will go through your character sheets. I'll reach out to you all individually and help you level up. But congratulations, well earned. You guys are doing a great job.
Yeah. So to anybody, anybody still hanging out with us, if you want to hang out and chat, we'll hang out for a little bit. If you have more questions, thank you again for tuning in. If anybody followed, I don't actually know if I had alerts on, and I didn't want to go back and check in the middle of it. So if you followed us or donated, I don't think we had any donations tonight, but if you followed us, thank you so much. Again, we do this every other Sunday between 4:30 and 7:30 Eastern time ish. Sometimes we start a little late, go a little longer. So yeah, please follow us, tell your friends. We're, like we said, we're new to this, but we love it, and we like seeing you guys and sharing our love of D&D. So I'm gonna end the stream, but hang out in the chat for a bit. So
I'll be hanging around chat to answer questions and kind of be there for a bit. So I will see you guys in chat.
bye, everybody.